All right, there we go. We're live on YouTube, so I'm glad we got that figured out. Good. We'll welcome in our YouTube audience. Yeah, Leanne, ain't that the truth? Y'all stay safe because northwestern Texas, Lubbock, other areas in northwest Texas have gotten hammered the past couple of weeks, not a couple of days, I should say. And now it's central Texas's turn. Amarillo's gotten hit too. Just not a good couple of weeks here for Texas. This is usually the time of the year in the summer, June, July, August, where the severe weather threat goes up in the plains, central plains, and then the Midwest too, Iowa, Illinois, Indiana, Ohio. And here we are. We're in early, almost middle of June, and we're talking about Texas still. Usually Texas prime time, you natives know it's usually March, April, May. Once we get to June, it's usually just hot as a furnace, and that's it until October, November. But not the case this year. Lawton, Oklahoma. Yeah, good question about Lawton. There we are, southwestern Oklahoma. You're going to get it over the next few hours. Hopefully, the good news is that you're not going to get it as bad as some other people are. Places like DFW. I mean, DFW could take it on the chin the most tonight, as a matter of fact. So Lawton, you'll get it bad, but you're not going to get as bad as others. Fort Worth, 9. No, it'll be closer to 11. Closer to 11, I would say, for Fort Worth. Let's, there's Fort Worth right there. Let's go to, 12:15. This is Eastern time. So we'll call it 11 o'clock Central time is when Fort Worth will get it. Right around 11, and then downtown Dallas, half hour, 45 minutes later, 11:30, 11:45. Shawnee, Oklahoma. Where is Shawnee? I should know this. Shawnee. Lavon, Texas. Where is Lavon? Louisville? That's by, isn't Louisville in the Metroplex too? Yeah, these storms are going to get crazy tonight, S. They're going to get, there's so much energy. Let me go to a current, I hit the wrong button. Here's the home screen. You can see what I'm seeing right now on the Flash Weather Command Center dashboard right here. Go to that website above my head, flashweather.ai. You can get what I'm seeing right now for free. I hit the wrong button, but I guess it doesn't hurt. I want to pull up the temperatures, the dew points. Look at this. It's 7:20 in Dallas. It's 93 degrees. So there's so much heat. There's so much humidity in the atmosphere right now that these storms are really going to try to take advantage of as we make our way through the night. And that's the problem. Usually you think, the sun goes down, the severe weather threat goes down. Unfortunately, with how hot it is there and with how rambunctious these storms are getting, for lack of a better term, northwest of Dallas with a couple different tornado warnings here. I hope these are not confirmed tornadoes. Look at that. This is the hail threat. Tennis ball size hail is what the Weather Service is saying with this cell over Claremont, moving towards Jayton, moving southeast at 35. So not moving super fast. As these storms come together and kind of form a family of storms, they will start to move a little bit faster. These storms will start to come together, and if we put this in motion, you can see where they're trying to go. They're eventually going to head towards the Metroplex, towards DFW over the next few hours. Hello, Ethan. Thanks for joining us tonight. Hopefully, we're providing some interesting information. It's not ideal information. We don't want to see damage. We don't want to see tornadoes, hail, damaging winds, but we are here to keep you informed of what's to come tonight. So we're still a few hours out from the worst getting to DFW, but I'll tell you what, once we get to, this is 12:30 Eastern, so 11:30 Central Time, that's when DFW, you name a city inside of DFW, Louisville, Allen, McKinney, Plano, Frisco, Denton, Fort Worth, Saginaw, Arlington, Cedar Hill, University Park, Carrollton, you name a city, Trophy Club, Southlake. You're going to get it later on this evening between, depending where you are exactly, the Metroplex. Northwestern portions of Tarrant County get it by 10:30, 11, and then southeastern Dallas County gets it by 12:30 or 1. Wichita Falls. Here's a good one. It's coming your way in the next couple of hours. So this is 9:30, 9:45 Eastern time. So that's about an hour and a half away from it being in your backyard. Hopefully by this point the storms aren't too organized, but considering what we've seen, out to the west, just to the west of you, they're getting organized pretty quickly. So we're going to have to keep a close eye on that for Wichita Falls, and then eventually as these storms move towards Dallas over the next few hours. They're not moving too fast. Hey, Laura from Fort Worth, thanks for joining us. They're not moving too fast. They're moving 35, 40 miles per hour, but they're going to pick up speed as they get closer to DFW, as we mentioned, as they form that kind of family of storms. I want to show you that overall severe weather outlook today. The Storm Prediction Center upgraded this yesterday. Big 4 out of 5 risk zone here from Wichita Falls, Lawton, almost all the way to Amarillo, Texas, and this includes DFW for all hazards, damaging winds, large hail. They're saying up to DVD size hail. You know how big a DVD is. Do people still use those? Everything's on this these days, but no. DVD size hail and gusts up to 80, 100 miles per hour. So this complex of storms means business tonight. There is no doubt about that. And we got a couple different tornado warnings. The Storm Prediction Center out with some new verbiage as well. Let's actually go to their website, see what they're thinking under the hood right now. Let's see what they think about Dallas. Oh, this is the watch. Where is the severe hail and wind remain possible with supercells for the next several hours? They started this year. This is the main folks with the National Weather Service that issue all the watches, the tornado watches, severe thunderstorm watches. So straight line winds upwards of 75, 90 miles per hour. There's the hail threat, up to 3.5-inch diameter hail from Fort Worth, Dallas, Denton, Stephenville, Hillsborough. So anybody in this blue circled region. And then tornado threat is there too, 100 to 130 mile per hour max potential strength of a tornado tonight as well. Hey, Chase in the YouTube, Bill from the Colony here. The Colony north of Dallas. A lot of folks in the TikTok definitely been asking about people saying they're going to camp out at the casino. Hey, there's worse places to camp out during severe weather than at the casino. That's for sure. The Colony, you're going to get it, later on this evening. This is an earlier radar feed. Let's go to the future. Flashcast radar. Could get a couple storms out ahead of the main batch. You might see a few more storms in the next hour to hour and a half, Chase. And then here we go. This is 12:45 Eastern time, so just before midnight. This picture kind of speaks for itself. Purples, whites, reds. The higher we are on this scale up at the top, the stronger the storms are, the more fuel they have. Casino has a giant parking garage. Hey, there's worse places to hide out during mainly a hail event. Parking garages act as wind tunnels during wind and tornadic events, but during a hail event, a parking garage is a good spot to be. Plano's going to get it pretty bad, similar time as the Colony tonight. That's the thing about these storms. Sometimes we have these, severe weather setups across Texas where storms are dotting the map. It's popcorn everywhere. We don't know exactly where the storms are going to form. It's not the case with this. This is a big line of storms. I'm going to zoom it out here. I'm going to go back to that radar frame we had here. We have storms at 1:30 a.m. tonight, Central Time, from Texarkana to Shreveport, to Tyler, to Waco, through DFW, to Abilene, almost all the way back to Lubbock. So we're talking, 400-500 miles of a continuous line of storms that is just going to scream south. And this threat, we're going to be live. We're going to be live tonight as long as I can keep my eyes open, as long as this threat continues. This is 5 a.m. tomorrow morning. The line will finally start to lose steam as it moves into Austin. But hey, if you're in Austin, it's going to be a noisy morning tomorrow morning. to start the work week. This is 5 a.m. tomorrow morning, so might be forced to go to the gym, forced to take out the dog a little earlier Monday morning in the city that stays weird. This is the flashweather.ai Weather Command Center. You can go to flashweather.ai right now. The link is above me, but easy. Instead of .com, it's just .ai. And get this dashboard that I'm looking at right now. We've got other AI tools that I'm going to talk about right now, actually. There's some more coming. I can't talk about them quite yet. But this is the first tool we came out with a few years ago, the First Strike. So this is nationwide first strike coverage down to the kilometer. So somebody was talking about Wichita Falls. The first strike in Wichita Falls is coming in 22 minutes. So storms are going to move into Wichita Falls in 22 minutes. Maybe we can pick some other cities out here too. Oklahoma City, the west side of Oklahoma City, Yukon, Bethany sees lightning, sees the first storms in about 50 minutes. Different products we've got here too. Recent strikes. This is going to light up like a Christmas tree. Yeah. Hey, we can go to South America and talk about storms there. No, we're focused on here. So tons of lightning. I'm trying to get us to add a tool that will add up all of the lightning on the screen. We're working on that one. Shawnee, Oklahoma, Plano. Yeah, Paul. Hey, Paul, thanks for coming. Plano's going to get it bad tonight, right around. We'll show you a flashcast, the future radar here. Plano, there we are. This is Eastern time, 12:30, so 11:30 p.m. is when Plano is going to take it on the chin. I'll be keeping an eye on ERCOT and any sort of power outage metrics, because that'll be interesting to watch tonight. Yeah, this is going to be a damaging wind threat, that's for sure. Shawnee, I'm going to look up where Shawnee is. I know where it is. It's escaping me. Oh, it's near Tecumseh. That's right. Yeah, so it's east of Oklahoma City. Yeah, there it is right there. Yeah, you've got storms to your west right now. It looks like you're going to kind of be flirting with it. Yeah, Tecumseh might get it, but Shawnee might avoid the worst of it. You'll get some storms. There's no doubt about that. But I'm not sure how bad they're really going to be. I think the worst is going to miss you to the south. What did they do with that tornado warning in Oklahoma City? Was that a touchdown or a funnel cloud? There was a funnel cloud reported west of Oklahoma City, but luckily no confirmed touchdown. So that's good. That's good news for Oklahoma City. This is our flash storm severity product too. So this is 8:28, 2 minutes ago. This storm west of Oklahoma City has weakened actually pretty substantially. This is good. Just an 11% chance of damaging winds, 11% chance of large hail, severe hail. Wow, this storm means business west of Seymour. There aren't any cities popping up here. So this is probably a pretty rural area of Texas, but west of Seymour, south of Childress, those probabilities are high. 92% chance of severe wind, 91% chance of severe hail. Another pretty nasty cell off to the south, north of Snyder, Texas. Wow. 75% chance of a tornado. This tornado, if it's not on the ground, it will be. There was a funnel cloud reported 18 minutes ago with that cell. And our Flash in-house AI product has a pretty good chance of a tornado dropping from that storm as well. What time will Shawnee get hit? Let's go back to our Flashcast. Shawnee, this is 10:15 Eastern, so we'll call it 9:30 Eastern time for Shawnee, 9 or 9:15 Eastern time. Ardmore, Oklahoma. Let's do Ardmore, Oklahoma, right off I-35 there. Yeah, north of the Windstar, south of Pauls Valley. Let's zoom in here. Where's Ardmore? Why it's not popping up? It's right around here. You know where it is. Ardmore is going to get hit right around 8:30. So about an hour or so for Ardmore is when the worst is going to come to Ardmore. Lubbock, Mackenzie's asking about Lubbock. Lubbock needs a break. Jules, that's just the default. We're working on switching that. This is still in kind of a beta testing mode. it pulls from my system time. We don't have the ability to change the automatic time there in this panel to where the camera, where I have the radar sitting. So we're working on that feature. So it's based on, I guess I could change my computer to Central Time. I guess that would be a temporary fix. I would have to switch it back. But yeah, we're working on, this is still a pretty soft launch stream, if you will. So we're working on some stuff. We weren't really ready to launch yet, but with this big of a severe weather threat across Oklahoma and Texas, we weren't going to pass up the opportunity to inform the people about what's to come tonight. Wichita Falls, yeah, you're going to get it in Wichita Falls in about an hour and a half. It's still 84 degrees there in Wichita Falls. Look at that. So plenty of heat, plenty of humidity for these storms to work with as they move southeast. Denton, Texas. SAR is asking about Denton, Texas. Yeah, Denton's going to get it pretty good here. We'll roll it through. 12:15 Eastern, 11:15 Central Time. So in about 3.5 hours, 4 hours. Is this the week that NOAA Weather Radio or like the NOAA, like the weather radios, Jules? Is that what you're talking about? I don't know, honestly. I haven't heard of. You might be right. I haven't heard personally about that, but you might be right. Candy, food, drink, dessert, asking about McKinney, Texas. So obviously they're in the Metroplex. We're talking pretty similar time frame, 11:30 tonight for McKinney. Severe thunderstorm watch is in effect. Let's actually go to what the Storm Prediction Center is saying about the threat in Dallas tonight. So they're saying scattered large hail and isolated very large hail events up to 4 inches in diameter likely. It's not very often you see this high severe hail and high 2-inch diameter hail from the Storm Prediction Center. So they are confident in hail, and they're confident also in some gusts upwards at 80 miles per hour. Scattered damaging winds likely with a few significant gusts up to 80 and a tornado or two possible. So tornadoes are definitely not the main threat tonight, which is good, but I'll tell you what, 5-inch diameter hail is definitely not good. Anna, Texas. Say really wants to know about Anna, Texas. Let's talk about Anna, Texas. That's what, north of Plano, between Sherman and Plano. Yeah, there it is on the map right there. Similar time frame. We'll call it 11 o'clock for you. Say 11 o'clock for Anna, Texas. Tulsa. Luckily, Tulsa, Elaine, thanks for asking about Tulsa. The further north that you go tonight, the lower the severe threat gets. You'll get some storms, some rain. Yeah, there's the redevelopment. So it's actually a little bit later for Tulsa tonight. This is going to be around 3 a.m. Some small hail, some wind gusts. It's not going to be as bad as what Dallas is going to see. How bad will Frisco, Texas be? If I had to put it on a scale of 1 to 10, I'd give it like a 6 or a 7. I mean, there could be some big hail. We just read what the Storm Prediction Center thinks about the threat tonight. They think we might see some hail up to, what did they say, 5 inches in diameter? 4 inches in, okay, I mean, big difference. 4 inches in diameter. So that is what? A softball? I think it's bigger. Isn't a softball 3.5 inches? Oh boy. 1 to 10 to Dallas, same story. I mean, no matter where you're at in the Metroplex, the interesting thing about this line of storms tonight is that it's not like one storm dotting the map everywhere. It's a whole line of storms that are going to pull through. I'm actually going to pull up our telestration tool here for this part because I think this is a good way of demonstrating what we're going to see out of these storms tonight. So we'll move this forward. There it is. I mean, this is a huge line of storms. Huge. Yeah, it's unbelievable. It's over to Abilene. It's over to Abilene, Texas, through Cisco, Claiborne, Fort Worth, Texarkana. I got to pull up our telestration software here real quick. Let me pull this up, and then we'll just draw how far this really is. I mean, this is at least a few hundred miles of storm. So this is what differentiates this from a usual severe weather threat in Texas, is this is a much bigger in space severe weather threat. That pen size is way too big. Let's make that a little smaller. Let's make that a little bit smaller. How about that size? Let's see. Is that too small? Is that too thin? Gorilla size hail user 1234567 says gorilla. I mean, if the Storm Prediction Center is saying, if they're saying 4-inch diameter hail, you know, that speaks for itself. I would call that gorilla size hail. So back to the telestrator here. This is 11:30 p.m. tonight. So we've got storms all the way from central Texas. I should probably zoom this out some. We've got storms from almost Lubbock, Texas, all the way to the border. I need to add a distance measuring device to this, but we're talking about 300-400 miles of storms, and all of these are going to be moving south towards Austin, towards San Antonio, eventually towards Houston. They are going to weaken as they move towards Houston. We don't want my close-up shot. We want that, yeah. Frisco, you worried about Frisco? How much? I'm not really worried about the tornado threat in Frisco tonight, so that's good. I'm worried about the hail threat in Frisco. I'm worried about the wind threat, but I'm not as much worried about the tornado threat in Frisco. Denver to Dallas tonight. So your flight's leaving Denver at 10. That's when it's supposed to leave. I got to be honest with you. I don't like your chances there. I don't think a flight from Denver to Dallas at 10 p.m. tonight's getting in. I hope it does. Believe me, I hope it does, but I don't know. Paris, Texas. When is Paris, Texas? When is Paris, Texas going to get hit? Let's see here. Paris is, what, northeast of Dallas? So yeah, there it is, right there, right on the border. Paris, Texas, we back this up right around 10 p.m. tonight. Could be a little bit earlier. We'll call it 9:30. Yeah, we'll call it 9:30. And it's going to rain for a while. Once it starts, it's not going to stop for 3 or 4 hours, most likely. That's another thing we haven't really talked about. It's the flooding threat. I mean, these storms are going to drop a ton of rain, and there's a lot of rain behind the main line of storms that could exacerbate a flooding threat. Plano, Texas. Yeah, your timing for Plano tonight, 11:30, maybe even a little bit earlier. This newest run of Flashcast actually puts up a couple storms ahead of the main batch of storms as it pushes in. But once these storms all kind of converge into one family like they do here, that's when that damaging wind threat starts to go up. They kind of all feed off of each other. And, yeah, I mean, that's the best way to put it, is feed off each other. Weatherford, Texas. We'll do Weatherford next. Let's do Weatherford. Fort Worth, same time frame, about it's going to be pretty bad in Fort Worth right around 11 o'clock tonight. Batten down the hatches, you know. Luckily, there's not much of a tornado threat. You know, Weatherford, I'd say it's a pretty similar time frame, 10:30, maybe a little bit earlier for Weatherford. 10:30, and we're talking big hail, we're talking big wind. Hopefully no tornado threat. They issued a severe thunderstorm watch, not a tornado watch, so that's good. In terms of not having a tornado threat. How about Pittsburgh, Texas? How about Pittsburgh? Pittsburgh, Texas. That's due east of Dallas. You could see some storms as early as the next hour and a half or so, and then the main batch gets to you by about midnight in Pittsburgh, Texas. Is Dallas going to be really bad? Define really. I mean, it's going to be, I'd be surprised if you don't get woken up. I mean, if you're the deepest sleeper on the planet, you may not get woken up, but it's going to get noisy in Dallas. Should you be scared? No. If your car's parked, hopefully, I would, if you can, park your car under a covered garage or an awning, a carport, something, because the hail threat is legit tonight. So that's what I would be concerned about more than anything. What about Godly? Is that actually a town name, Godly, Texas? Imagine, that's pretty cool. Allen, Texas. Let's go to Allen, Texas next here. Let's go to Allen. Allen, Texas. Hello, Leanne from DFW. Thanks for streaming. Going to make sure to stay tuned. Thanks for joining us, Leanne. Thanks for joining us also, Mason. Appreciate you being here. So Allen, part of the Metroplex. Same time frame, about 11:30. If your car is not parked, somebody just texted me. You got to try to have your car parked under some sort of cover, any kind of garage, any kind of carport, you name it. It's got to be covered tonight. I love how Godly, Texas is a real place. That's incredible. Is it Godley or Ly? I'm pretty sure it's Ley, isn't it? Southwest of Fort Worth? Weatherford, Texas, you're going to get hit about 10:30 tonight. Anna, Texas, about 11 p.m. Flower Mound, 11:15. Godly, I'd say about maybe a little bit later. Call it 11:15 in Godly. Mainly hail in Dallas. There could be a quick spin up. You can never really rule out a quick spin up tornado in these types of lines, but it's not the main threat tonight. Hail, and how's hail looking in Anna, Texas? I mean, it's a legitimate threat tonight. There's no doubt about that. I can't guarantee that Anna will or will not get hail. We're working on a product that will guarantee whether or not you get hail. I can't talk too much about that yet, but we got a lot of good things. You guys being here tonight, you're day oneers, you're day one, you're really day zeroers, because I mentioned this earlier, we weren't even going to go live tonight, but with this high threat. How bad do you think it'll get in Flower Mount, I should say, yeah, north of Arlington, north of Coppell, west of Louisville? It's a 6 or 7. I mean, it's going to get noisy. Hopefully we don't get the hail. There's really nothing worse than hail. There's absolutely nothing worse than hail. Gainesville, I hope that's not Gainesville, Florida. I'm assuming that's Gainesville, Texas. Gainesville, Texas. Oh, that's like right on the state line. Yeah. A little bit earlier for Gainesville. We'll call it 10, maybe even a little bit earlier for Gainesville. How bad do you think it's going to be in Wilson? Let's look at Wilson. Is that Wilson, North Carolina, or Wilson, Oklahoma? I'm assuming you mean Wilson, Oklahoma. Like west of Ardmore. Yeah, Wilson, Oklahoma. You'll get hit pretty good, actually, probably in the next hour and a half or so. So park your car under a garage or some sort of covered area. Thanks, Mason. Thanks, Chase. Thanks, Leanne, for the YouTube comments. Appreciate you guys being here on day 0 of the Flash stream. This is not day 1. This is day 0. This is as soft launch as a soft launch can get. What's it going to do in Rome? How about, I've seen a couple of DeSoto comments. Let's talk about DeSoto, Texas. DeSoto, south of Dallas, of course. Since you're a little south of Dallas, we'll call it midnight, 11:45, midnight. Beaumont. There's a new one. How about let's go down to Beaumont. Line gets there by right around sunrise time tomorrow, maybe just before sunrise, 5:45 a.m., 5:30, 5:45. Eric in Tyler, Texas. Yeah, I'm glad you asked about Tyler, because earlier today it looked like this line was going to kind of not dissipate, but at least weaken. I think we might have just got a new run of Flashcast here. I think we did. Look at that line. Yeah, Tyler, you're going to get it pretty good here about 12:30, 1 a.m. tonight in Tyler. And we see that kind of the pink, the white here, those higher colors on the scale. That shows the ceiling of the hail threat tonight. Not just in Tyler, but really across Texas. Frisco, Plano, Tabla asking about Frisco, Plano. Yeah, what did we have for Plano? What did we have? 11:15 for timing with wind and hail, the main threats. This is incredible to me. It is 7:47 in Dallas, and it's 95 degrees. Just goes to show the amount of energy in the atmosphere for these storms to take advantage of. Tristan in the YouTube. Hey, Tristan, thanks for joining us this evening. We got 130 of us now in the TikTok. Wiley, Texas. Let's talk about Wiley, Texas. The city of Wiley. Oh, yeah, you're talking northeast of Garland. Yeah, right across the county line. Pretty similar time frame. We'll call it 11:15. Will there be hail in Beaumont? There could be some small hail. Yeah, I would park your car under a covered garage or carport if you could, because there could definitely be some hail. You see this line. Let's go down to Beaumont. There's Port Arthur, close enough. You would think sun goes down, you lose the heat. Okay, good. This line will dissipate. It really doesn't. And if anything, once it hits that warm Gulf air, it even strengthens a little bit here. Once it hits Port Charles, Galveston, or Port Arthur, Lake Charles, Louisiana. Allen in North Dallas looking at bad hail tonight. Yeah, Jefferson, I think you are. We talked about this a few minutes ago. The Storm Prediction Center saying with the severe thunderstorm watch that they expect 4-inch diameter hail, or hail at least. That's the ceiling. That's how big the hail could get tonight. 4 inches in diameter. There are going to be tornadoes tonight for Ardmore. The good news is, as these storms come together and, like I said, kind of form that family tonight, the tornado threat goes down and the damaging wind threat takes over. So the further, we'll call it the further southeast you are, we'll go back to the telestrator here, the further away from these storms you are. So those storms will have the tornado threat. Once they get further southeast, closer to Dallas, closer to Tyler, closer to Austin, the tornado threat goes down, but the hail threat doesn't go anywhere. So that's something we'll keep an eye on. Wichita Falls, Caitlin asking about Wichita Falls. Let's go to Wichita Falls here. Let's go to we haven't looked at the live radar here in a little bit, actually. You've got storms to your west right now in Wichita Falls, but that storm right here is kind of moving southeast. So you've got rain in Wichita Falls, but I'm not sure you're going to get much more than that, at least for a couple of hours, which would be good news. You are in a severe thunderstorm watch in Wichita Falls, but those storms have not cranked up yet, at least in Wichita Falls. Downtown Dallas, 11:30, midnight. We'll call it midnight for downtown Dallas. Let's pull Flashcast back up here. This is 11:45, and this is a big cell. I mean, this is the hail threat we're worried about in Dallas tonight. Is Lawton going to get hit hard? Is southwestern Oklahoma going to get hit hard? Not as bad as other places, I can tell you that much. It might be raining lightly in Lawton right now, but now that you've got the rain, that kind of limits the severe threat in Lawton. Amarillo. How about, I actually, we've had a couple Maryland comments. Let's talk about Maryland real quick. Cassidy in the YouTube says it's hot. Yeah, it is hot in Dallas. Ain't that the truth? We had warnings in Maryland. I don't know if we have warnings anymore. It looks like we don't. We have one severe thunderstorm warning still here northeast of Richmond, but Maryland, the threat has gone down, just some showers, some thunderstorms. Still have a tornado watch in effect. When does this go until? 10 p.m. So don't let your guard down until 10 in Maryland. But I would say overall, now that the sun has gone down on the East Coast, the severe weather threat will go down too. So that's some plain old rain in Indiana, Illinois. There is a severe thunderstorm watch. I don't know if we have any Missourians in here, but we will have some storms tonight across central Missouri, St. Louis, into Springfield, Missouri. Who said that in the TikTok? Israel. Let's talk about Rockwall, Texas. Let's get our vowels right. Yeah, right off I-30, Rockwall, of course, outside of Dallas. Let's zoom in. Let's get it popped up on the map. Yeah, there it is, right there. No rain now. Let's go to the Futurecast, Flashcast. Right around 11 11:15 tonight. Stephenville. There's a new one. Stephenville, Texas. Let's go to Stephenville, Texas. Stephenville, kind of southwest of Fort Worth, right off. What highway is that? Is that 377? Stephenville, Texas, right off of Highway 377. Yeah, right around, we'll call it midnight tonight for Stephenville, Texas. How about Palmer, Texas? Palmer, Texas. Palmer, Texas. Yeah, Chase, if you got any pictures in Dallas later, send them in to my TikTok, to our email. Yeah, send them in, Chase, if you got them on the YouTube later. Palmer, Texas. South of Dallas. A little bit later, since you're south of Dallas. We'll call it 12:15 for Palmer, Texas tonight. We got almost 200 people in the TikTok. Thanks for joining us. Excuse me. Thanks for joining us tonight, guys. I know this isn't the most ideal setup for weather in Texas tonight. It'd be nice if it was 70, not a cloud in the sky, and no humidity, but here we are. Prosper, Texas. Let's go to Prosper, Texas, and Collin, Denton counties. So right there, north of Frisco, right? Is that where Prosper is? I think it's north of Frisco. Yeah, there it is, right there. Prosper, we're talking about 10:45, 11 tonight for Prosper. Let's go to Decatur. Beep, boop. Beep, boop says Decatur, Texas. Let's talk about Decatur, Texas. Let's pull this bad boy up. Yeah, northwest of Fort Worth. There's Decatur. A little bit earlier for Decatur. If those storms in moving towards Seymour hold together, those are kind of moving towards Decatur now. They're a couple hours away. I just lost my place on the map. Where's Decatur? There it is, right there. Decatur right around 10:30, I would say. 10:30 tonight for Decatur, Texas. Wichita Falls, Kelsey, I would say, we've talked about Wichita Falls a couple times, but why not bring it back up? Wichita Falls, you've got storms to your east and to your southwest right now. I want to go back to the live radar. We're not, it's on me. I haven't done a very good job of keeping an eye on live radar. So here's 8:52. This is pretty much live radar sweep. You've got storms in Wichita Falls to your east and some to your southwest. That's good news for Wichita Falls because this storm is moving away from you, and so is this one. What's probably going to happen here, we'll go back to the telestrator. What's probably going to happen, I'm going to zoom in on the telestrator. So we have storms here, and we have storms here. These are probably going to move together towards Dallas and start to form some sort of a line here. So they're going to join forces, if you will, at some point. The question is, when does that happen? Does that happen in Jacksboro? Does that happen in Bridgeport? Does it not happen until Dallas? These storms are going to start to form a sort of a line here that will push south towards Dallas. It's kind of a question of, when does that happen? Because that's the trend tonight, is these storms to kind of join forces and become a bit of a family, if you will. Tristan on the YouTube, I'm in Denton. Should I move my plants inside? I mean, if you can, I'd move everything inside, especially any sort of outdoor furniture that you can easily move, cushions. Will Rockwall get it bad? You'll probably get it pretty bad. 6 or 7 out of 10, Kayla. Move everything inside if you can in Rockwall, Texas. Hillsboro is a new one. Hillsboro, Texas. Denis, Texas, asking about Hillsboro, Texas. Hillsboro, Texas. There's a town next to Hillsboro called Carl's Corner. Who is Carl and how did he get a corner? South of Fort Worth is where Hillsboro is. This is the current radar. We need to go to future radar. Yeah, probably about midnight for Hillsboro, Texas. Who said that? Royce City, Texas. There's a new one from Bootsy. Royce City, Texas. Yeah, northeast of Rockwall. Yeah, you're going to get it pretty bad here later on tonight, probably around 11:30. Yeah, Frisco Realtor, yes, that's severe thunderstorm watch. We are actually just talking about that. This is the watch. It goes until 4 a.m. Or it goes until 9. They're going to need another watch. This goes until 9 p.m. This expires in an hour. They're going to have to issue another watch because, yeah, this is either going to have to get extended or they're going to have to issue a new one because these storms are going to last way past 9 o'clock tonight. So we'll see what exactly they do. Sulphur Springs. Floyd asking about Sulphur Springs. Yeah, right around, we'll call it 10:30, 11 for Sulphur Springs is when we can expect the worst there. We'll see if we got any new info. I mean, it's just crazy to me. Dallas is still 95 degrees. 95. Lots of juice in the atmosphere for these storms to take advantage of. This is a new warning, actually. Speaking of Sulphur Springs, this is just northwest of you in Sulphur Springs. It's not really moving at all. The storm has not moved at all in the past half hour. If it does start to move, Floyd, it'll move towards you. But it has not moved at all right now. So we'll keep an eye on that. Is the mic cutting in and out? YouTube is telling me that the mic is cutting in and out. My side says it's not cutting in and out. Is the TikTok? Can the TikTok tell me if the mic is cutting in and out, or is Chase on the YouTube? I need to check his equipment. Paris, Texas. Armando, Paris, Texas. Kirsten says, no, we can hear. Chase, you're in the minority because TikTok, unless I think Chase needs to check his equipment. Maybe Chase lost power. No. Paris, did we talk about Paris? I think we did. Oh, yeah. Yeah. You're right here. Right. I basically got it on the map here. You'll get some storms later on, probably around 11, 12 o'clock tonight. All right. Good to hear the mic sounds good. Thanks, Floyd. Thanks, Sam. Thanks, Kirsten. Thanks, Jose. What's Burleson look like? Let's talk about Burleson. Quick reminder, you can get what I'm looking at right now. This is the flashweather.ai Weather Command Center. This is really a new generation of weather forecasting. You can go access this right now for free. Website's right above me, flashweather.ai. This is the start of something much bigger. We weren't really ready to launch today, but we wanted to get out there ahead of this 4 out of 5 moderate risk of severe weather. So what were we looking at? Burleson, Texas? We were looking at Burleson, south of Fort Worth. Yeah, nothing going on in Burleson right now, but the storms are coming later. Yeah, there come the storms right around 11:30. Welcome, Chase, to the TikTok. So is there a problem with the mic on the YouTube then? Is there a problem with the mic on the YouTube? Do I need to listen to this? We'll go back and check it out. Let me listen to it real quick. Because Chase, you might be onto something. If the mic's wrong, the mic's wrong. Equipment. Maybe Chase lost power. No. Paris, did we talk about Paris? I think we. I don't hear anything. Maybe. I don't know. Could have been just me. There it is. No, I'm kidding. Coppell, let's talk about Coppell, Texas. Let's talk about Coppell, Texas. I do want to see if we have any tornado warnings right now. It doesn't look like we do. Oops. The orange boxes are severe thunderstorm warnings. Making sure the East Coast is good. Yeah, so no tornado warnings right now. That's good. Yeah, anywhere in and around the Metroplex tonight, whether it's McKinney, Coppell, Irving, Southlake, Colleyville, Watauga, Carrollton, Trophy Club, Southlake. It's going to get pretty bad right around 11 o'clock. Here we are, 11:30 tonight, 11:30, whether it's McKinney, whether it's University Park, Garland, Coppell, is that what it is? Coppell? Okay, well. I've only been to Dallas once or twice. Coppell. I should write that down on my pronunciation sheet here. Coppell. Thank you. Thank you for the the correction. Capel, yeah, I mean, you name any city, DeSoto, Grand Prairie, Arlington, Irving, it's going to get pretty bad in and around Dallas-Fort Worth around 11:30 tonight. So we'll be here to get you through it, of course. That's why we're out here now. Keep an eye on the latest. Do we just have a new tornado? No, we don't. Okay, we're good. We're good. Will hail also be going down? No, we're tracking the hail threat too, Edgar. If anything, the hail threat might be higher than the tornado threat because the Storm Prediction Center is saying in this watch, I mean, look at this, 4-inch diameter hail likely. Yeah, 4 inches. That's the ceiling. That's how big the hail could get tonight is 4 inches in diameter. So, yeah, not good for places in and around Dallas-Fort Worth. Grapevine, yeah, I mean, Grapevine, Plano, it's the same story no matter where you are in the Metroplex tonight. This is not a typical severe weather, I guess a typical Texas-like severe weather setup when we've got storms popping all over the place. This is one big line of storms that is going to rush on through. I mean, you see it here from Texarkana, Shreveport, Tyler, over to Abilene between about 11:30 and midnight tonight. So it's only about 3.5 hours away. Will Waco, Texas, be bad? That's actually a good question. We haven't talked much about Waco. The answer is hopefully not. These storms are going to try to keep together, or hold together, I should say, as they move south. There they are. I don't think Waco should not be as bad as Dallas. Let's put it that way. The storm should start to weaken. DFW Metroplex gets hit. It's a genius idea from Edgar. I think Edgar might need to get a raise on this. Okay, I think we're back. I think we're good. Cool. Wilson, Oklahoma right now. How about Wilson, Oklahoma? Let's go back to the live radar. You saying right? So not even like flashcast future you're talking about right now in Wilson, Oklahoma, Adley? Let's pull up Wilson. Yeah, you got a severe thunderstorm warning in Wilson right now. Let's see when this goes until 60-mile-per-hour wind gust, quarter-size hail. This warning goes until 8:45, so another 40 or so minutes in Wilson. Yeah, the locations impacted include Wilson. So things are definitely getting a little noisy there in Wilson. There's no doubt about that. But luckily, no tornado threat with that, Adley, in Wilson. So noisy. I mean, tons of light. 459 strikes. That is crazy. 459 lightning strikes in the past 15 minutes there in and around Wilson. So these storms have a lot of energy, a lot of electricity that they're going to try to take advantage of tonight. And we showed you the temperatures. I mean, look at this in Dallas. It's 94 degrees in Dallas still right now. So OKC, Emlo wants to know about OKC. Well, good news for OKC. There is a severe thunderstorm warning, but it's to really the southwest of the city. This storm right here looked like it was going to move into Oklahoma City, but now it's moving to the south. Look at that. So a few spotty storms for Oklahoma City, but nothing too crazy in terms of a threat tonight. So that's good. How's Denton going to be looking? Yeah, that goes back to, I don't know, that comment got unpinned. But, yeah, Denton gets hit between 10:30 and 12:30 tonight. Could get pretty bad in Denton. So, yeah, bring your car inside. Get it out of harm's way, if you will. That's for sure. How about Ponder, Texas? Karen asking about Ponder, Texas. Let's check out Ponder, Texas. Oops. Hey, that's the green screen. Look at that. Ponder. Oh, Wichita Falls. Yeah, I thought we talked about Wichita Falls. Got some storms. Got one storm that went up there west of Wichita Falls. I think we're starting to see this line kind of take shape here between these batches of storms and these. So this line is going to start to fill in here pretty much right on top of Wichita Falls. Look at that storm start to go up right there southwest of Iowa Park and west of Wichita Falls. That's kind of a sign of what's to come. We'll go to the telestrator here to kind of put this in motion. No, we don't want to go to that. Hold on. Let's zoom in on this. So we've got storms here, right? We've got storms here. And now we're starting to see that line in the middle fill in and around Wichita Falls. So this line is going to start to fill in, and then it's going to move towards Dallas over the next couple of hours. So that's kind of be the trend we see through about midnight. Midlothian is your concern. Let's go to Midlothian. Midlothian, Texas. That's south, I guess, in between, kind of south of Arlington. Yeah, there it is right there. Right around midnight tonight for Midlothian. There it is. Yeah, there comes that line. Yeah, right around midnight for Midlothian. Richardson. Tina lives in Fort Worth. Yeah, Tina, you're going to get it around 11:15 tonight. Richardson, Texas. Richardson in North Dallas. Same time frame. 10:30. 11. I call it 11:15 for Richardson, Texas tonight. DFW, same time frame, 11, midnight. 11 or midnight. Midlothian. Thank you, Red Dog. Wish I had like an encyclopedia nearby of like all the interesting pronunciations, because there's a lot of them all over the country. Gunter, Texas. Gunter, Texas. Grayson County, 2000. Grayson County. Due north of Dallas. Oh, it's southwest of Sherman, so you're like right in here, west of Howe. Yeah, right around 10:30, I would say, for Gunter. 10:30, give or take. Boyd to Ark. I don't know if I pronounced that one right for David White, but I can try. I did try. Boyd to Ark. Let's look at that. Is that like where the lake is? Like south of Tyler? Where is that like southwest of Tyler? Yeah. Adeline, there could be hail up to the size of DVDs. Yeah, that's definitely possible. Out of this, yeah, it's. I mean, this system means business tonight. Yeah, south of Athens, Texas. Where is it here? And you're talking about right in here, south of Athens. So you're right in. Yeah, you'll get it around 2:30 tonight, David. 2:30. Kaylee is driving from Oklahoma City to Tulsa in the morning. You'll be fine. You'll be fine. Storm should be out of there. Let's do a little. Let's do a little Oklahoma City to Tulsa. Tomorrow morning's gonna be fine. I mean, it's not even gonna rain in Oklahoma tomorrow. This is tomorrow morning, 9, 10 o'clock, gonna be just fine. So that's good. Lufkin, Texas. Let's do Lufkin, Texas. Lydia asking about Lufkin, Texas. It's due north of Houston. Yeah, there's Lufkin right there. About 4:30, 5 a.m. tomorrow for Lufkin, Texas. Not going to be ideal, but this line of storms is not going to have the same punch it will than when it moved through Dallas around midnight tonight. So the line of storms will weaken as it moves off to the south, but yeah, it could be a lot worse in Lufkin. Let's put it that way. Plano, Andrew, right around 11:30 or midnight tonight for Plano. It's going to get pretty bad there. I'm going to get noisy, going to get windy, going to get haily, if haly's a word. Fort Worth, about 10:30, 11. Angelica, 10:30, 11. Atlanta, Texas. I didn't know there was an Atlanta, Texas, but Michaela is teaching me that there is an Atlanta, Texas. Oh, that's like far eastern Texas. Yeah, there it is right there. Right around 1:30, 1:45 tonight for Atlanta, Texas. Atlanta, Texas. We do have a new tornado warning, actually, near Ardmore, Oklahoma. I want to get to this right now. Let's see here. Yeah, this cell in Ardmore was actually just tornado warned. Our system's probably loading up the graphic right now. See what our AI storm severity product has for this one. Nothing crazy in terms of tornado, but it's definitely got a hail and a wind threat with this. Ardmore, Davis, Sulphur, Medill, Oklahoma, but especially Ardmore. If you're in Ardmore, you got to get to your safe place right now. If you know anybody in Ardmore, take your tornado precautions. New tornado warning just issued there for Ardmore, Oklahoma. No tornado warnings in Texas. Adeline, I'm on the East Coast. So I'm not in a tornado zone, luckily. So no tornado zone for me, and I'd like to keep it that way, if at all possible. Pottsboro, Texas. Let's go to Pottsboro, Texas. Pottsboro, who asked that? Bayou Batty asking about Pottsboro, Texas. Remember, you can go look at what I'm looking at right now. This is the flashweather.ai Weather Command Center. Totally free. You just got to go to flashweather.ai, that link at the top of the screen, at least right above my head up there. You can get access to the Weather Command Center. Flash Weather, the first company in the world, the first institution to be able to predict tornado, or, well, we're getting there for tornadoes, to be able to predict lightning formation, lightning and lightning prediction. Anyways, where am I? Pottsboro, Texas. Really incredible. I mean, AI is a big push right now anyways. No, I'm saying in general, Bayou. I'm not saying right now. I'm looking at Bayou right. I'm looking at Pottsboro right now, north of Sherman. You're right up by the border. Nothing right now. There's some rain moving your way. The storms are moving your way. So I'd say in the next hour or so. Yeah, I would say by 10. So next hour and a half to 2 hours is when Pottsboro is going to get hit. Michaela, Atlanta's going to get it pretty good, 6 or 7 out of 10. Atlanta's definitely going to get a hail and a wind threat. Corinth, Texas. Let's go to Corinth, Texas. It's near Denton, right? I think that's near Denton. Yeah, there it is right there. Right around 11 o'clock tonight. Yeah, right around 11 for Denton. Dallas time frame, about 11:30 or midnight. It's going to get noisy in Dallas, in and around the Metroplex. Fort Worth, Arlington, Carrollton, Richardson, Garland, Plano, you name it, you're going to get it in the metro. Because we zoom this out, this is a big line of storms that eventually comes together here over the next couple of hours. And kind of keeps its act together. Look at this line still by 4 a.m. tomorrow morning, pushing through Lufkin, eventually down into Houston, but weakening as it gets to Houston. Blank Yoda wants to see the storm over Dallas. Sure. There is the storm over Dallas tonight, right around midnight or 1 a.m. And yeah, see that purple, the white, the pink there on the map. That's the hail threat. We've got the tornado threat. The tornado threat's not the main threat. Hail and wind, the main threat. Yeah, it is going to be pretty wild tonight. Tons of lightning, tons of wind, and hopefully not too much hail. But right now, it looks like that hail threat's going up. Moncure, North Carolina, my backyard. Okay. Okay, Tyson, let's talk about Moncure, North Carolina. Yeah, right between Raleigh and Sanford. Let's go outside of the box here. There's nothing going on in North Carolina, luckily. There's some storms up in Hampton Roads, Norfolk, Virginia, but there is nothing going on in Raleigh or Central North Carolina tonight. So, good news there. Lubbock, Texas. Kristen asked about Lubbock. I'll tell you what, Lubbock has taken it on the chin the past couple of days, really. Amarillo's there. Lubbock's to the south. Lubbock's right there. Spotty storms through 10 o'clock, 10 or 11 tonight, and then Lubbock's threat will come to an end. Van Alstyne, am I pronouncing that right? Van Alstyne, Texas? Let's see if I'm pronouncing that right. Van Alstyne. Grayson and Collin counties. North of McKinney. You got it, Kristen. North of McKinney. Yeah, there it is. There's Van Alstyne. There it comes through right around 11:30, maybe midnight tonight. Union City, Oklahoma has a tornado warning, according to Tyler. Yeah, is this the one we were talking about? Where is Union City? Let's go to the live radar here. There is this tornado warning. Includes Ardmore. We've talked about Ardmore. If you're in Ardmore, you got to get to your safe place right now. Put as many walls as you can between you and the outside. This tornado warning goes until the top of the hour, so 9 o'clock. Radar indicated rotation, golf ball size hail. The main threat with that. And that's the problem tonight is the hail. Golf ball size hail, not good. And as somebody said earlier in the TikTok chat, we could be talking about hail up to DVD size in some of the strongest storms tonight. We don't use DVDs much anymore, but we know how big they are back in the day. Remember floppy disks? Who remembers floppy disks? Back a long time ago. You got it, Tyler. Durant, Oklahoma. Yeah, let's talk about Durant. I can find it on a map. Where is it? That's Lawton. Come on, why can't I find it on the map? Isn't that where the casino is? Yeah. That's where the casino is. Hold on. The radar's got me confused now. There's Duncan. I am way too far west, aren't I? Or am I? I'm completely turned around here. There's too many boxes that are getting in my head here. Duncan, Ardmore. Yeah, there's Dallas. There's Durant right there. Thank you, Blank. There's a storm actually going up next to Durant right now, and there's a tornado warning to the northwest. So if this storm holds together, it's going to move Durant's way over the next hour or two. So Durant is going to have to keep a careful watch on these storms as they move south. And we are starting to see that line come together. I'm going to go back to the telestrator here because we started to kind of see this 10 to 15 minutes ago, and this line is now starting to take shape. A little while ago, these were almost two separate storm systems. Those and then just a bunch of rain. But now we move it up to the current, and now we're starting to see those storms form in here. So this is the line that's going to come together and eventually push towards Dallas overnight tonight by 11 o'clock or midnight. McKinney, DFW sees it around 11:30 midnight tonight in the next few hours for McKinney, Texas. Melissa. How about Melissa, Texas? Collin County, Arlington, Texas for 40 cal Glee, right around 11:30 midnight tonight for Arlington. Melissa, Texas, north of McKinney. There it is on the map. Nothing right now. That's good, but that'll change. Here's the future radar. Boom. 11:30 we'll call it for Melissa. Maybe a little bit later, 11:30 or midnight is when we can expect the worst there in Melissa. Midwest City, Oklahoma. Midwest City. Oh, that's outside of OKC. Yeah. Well, good news. There are a couple storms going up in and around OKC. There's Midwest City, kind of in a break from everything right now. That's the extent we want this. There's going to be some rain, maybe a couple storms in Midwest City, but nothing like what DFW is going to see tonight. That's for sure. Broken Bow, Oklahoma. Stephanie wants to know about Broken Bow, Oklahoma. Right off Highway 259 and Highway 70. Oh, that's isn't that way southeast Oklahoma? Yeah, there it is, right there. Yeah, right around 2 a.m. tonight for Broken Bow. Yeah, Kristen, you got it. Yeah, Flash is good stuff. Flash is the future in weather forecasting, severe weather forecasting, the first company in the world to use her 5211 bunch of numbers saying about Flash. Flash, first company in the world to use AI to predict lightning. We're getting into severe weather now, too, with some interesting products coming out in the next couple weeks even, and even the next several months. Can't talk about them too much yet, but when they come out, they're going to change things, that's for sure. Temple, Texas. We do have a new tornado warning here. This is actually just northwest of Abilene. We need to talk about this tornado warning. Look at that purple on the map. Here's Abilene right here. So this is not far from Abilene. At the very least, I can guarantee this has some mega hail on it. Oh my gosh, this is maxed out across the numbers. This is a serious situation heading towards Abilene. Luckily, this storm isn't moving very fast, but 100% chance of hail, just about wind, just about tornado. This cell is the strongest storm that we have seen tonight. Yeah, look at that thing. That thing is a beast. If you know anybody in Abilene, they got to keep a careful eye on this. Luckily, it's not moving very fast, so Abilene has time to take cover. Let's look at the tornado warning text. Tennis ball size hail, they're calling it. And yeah, it's not moving very fast. Southeast at 25 miles per hour, but tennis ball size hail, it wouldn't even surprise me if it's bigger than that because of how big that purple blob is. Jennifer really wants to know about Carrollton. Carrollton. That is, of course, a Dallas suburb right about 11:30 or midnight tonight. It's going to get pretty bad in Carrollton. I mean, anywhere in the Metroplex, whether it's Louisville, Coppell. Did I say that right? Coppell? I think I did. University Park, Arlington, Irving, Frisco, Denton, you name it. It's going to get pretty bad across the Metroplex. East Texas, Athens, Tyler, Chandler. Yeah, later on tonight, Chris Marr, like we're talking after probably 2 a.m. We'll pull up the Flashcast again here, and we'll roll this through. So there's Tyler, you can see. There's Atlanta. This is after midnight. I mean, this is almost 2, 3 a.m., but that line means business, that's for sure. Kapul. Okay, thank you, Robin. Caber Angel says Wichita Falls, Texas. Let's go to Wichita Falls. We did have some storms in and around Wichita Falls. Yeah, there's one just to the west. But luckily there's no warning on that cell in Wichita Falls. So once this cell gets past you, I did not mean to click on that. Once that cell gets past you in Wichita Falls, you'll have a bunch of rain the next few hours, but that's about it. So we can almost sound the all clear for at least a severe weather threat in Wichita Falls, which is good. Haskell, Texas. Did I say that right? Haskell? Rich? Did Haskell, Texas? It hit 97 there. Is this by Abilene? Oh, yeah. So this is near where we have that tornado warning right now. Haskell, you're taking it on the chin. We got a hail core right there. Big time hail just to the northwest of Haskell. So hopefully you got your car under a garage or undercover, Mr. Rich. Bear Rich, because this storm is bearing down on you in Haskell, Texas. Tons of lightning on this as well. And that storm means business. Somebody asked about Abilene, Texas. Yeah, there's a big-time storm. Here's Abilene right there. Big-time storm just to the northwest of Abilene. See that purple, the white embedded in there? That storm is very, very strong. So if you know anybody in Abilene, who asked about Abilene? Discovering Danny? Yeah. Got to keep a close eye on this storm over the next hour or so because we've got tennis ball size hail with this. And it's starting to move in the direction of Abilene, so we're definitely going to keep a close eye on that. Pottsboro. We did talk about Pottsboro already, Jason, but we will do it again for you for sure. Pottsboro, north of Sherman, which is north of Dallas, right on the state line. So we've got storms northwest of Pottsboro. You got one tornado warning, one severe thunderstorm warning just to your northwest of Pottsboro. And the worst will be there in your backyard probably by 10:30, hour and a half, 2 hours or so in Pottsboro. Dylan Johnson, what a good boyfriend Dylan Johnson is. He wants his girlfriend to stay safe. Grand Prairie, Texas. Grand Prairie, Texas. Where'd this go? Yeah, Grand Prairie. Oh, that's in DFW. Yeah, we're talking 11:30 tonight. How bad is it going to be in Fort Worth? Angelica wants to know, will there really be hail, strong winds, tornado? Hail, probably. Strong winds, probably. Tornado, probably not. I think that's the best way I can answer that question. It's going to get noisy. There's going to be a ton of lightning in Dallas tonight. Tons of heavy rain. Might even have a flooding issue as well because these storms are dropping boatloads amounts of rain as they move slowly southeast. They're not even moving that fast. They're moving about 25, 30 miles per hour. Laguna wants to know about Bridgeport, Texas. If you can, Angelica, I would hide your car. If that's an option, yes. I would 100% hide. If you have an option to do so, yeah, I would. Sawyer Sauce. Hold on, let's do Bridgeport. Oh, Bridgeport northwest of Fort Worth near Decatur, about 10:30 tonight for Bridgeport. Sawyer Sauce's boyfriend says it's going to completely miss DFW. It's not going to miss DFW. That'd be nice if it did. Tammy, I missed your question. What was your question? Oh, Mesquite. Mesquite, Texas. Let's do Mesquite. Sawyer, I don't think you need to hide, but you're probably not going to have the best night's sleep of your life tonight. Let's put it that way. Oh, Mesquite, east of Dallas. Yeah, 12:30 tonight, so you still got a few hours. But, I mean, same story. Nobody in Dallas is going to have their best night of sleep of their life tonight. I think that's the best way I can put that. It's going to be noisy. It's going to be noisy. That is for sure. And we're going to get some hail, maybe some wind there. Some wind there as well. Willis, Texas, the skies are dark, according to Anna Laura. Let's look at Willis, Texas. Montgomery County. Willis, oh, you're north of Houston. Yeah, you're way down there. There is not a whole lot at all going on in Willis. There's Willis. Nothing on the radar. So clouds are dark. Maybe that's because the sun's going down. I'm not sure. Will it hit Ladybug wants to know, will it hit Conroe? And if so, what time? Let's look at Conroe, Texas, off of I-45. Oh, that's north of Houston, too. Yeah. So I like the folks asking about Houston, or just, southeast Texas in general. It's going to hit tomorrow morning. There's Conroe right there on the map. You can see it. The good news is this line is going to start to fall apart as it moves south. So scattered showers, maybe a few storms in and around Houston tomorrow morning, whether it's Bryan, College Station, Lufkin. Lufkin's going to get hit pretty good around 5 a.m. But further south towards Conroe, towards Houston, it's not going to be that bad tomorrow morning. So that's good. That is good for southeast Texas. Will it hit Arlington, Texas bad? Yes, it will, Giovanni. It will definitely hit Arlington, Texas bad. It's going to be noisy. It's going to be haily. It's going to be windy. Pick your verb. It's going to be active tonight. Brianna, Crowley, Texas. Crowley, Texas. Oh, in Tarrant County, so that's in and around Fort Worth, about midnight, 12:30 tonight. Dallas, same time frame, right around midnight. Frisco, anybody in and around the Metroplex is going to get it right around midnight tonight. So, gonna be a busy night. McKinney, Alicia's asked about McKinney, same story, right around midnight. 11:30, large hail, damaging winds, the whole enchilada. Hopefully no tornado threat. I don't think the tornado threat is that high, so that's good. Watching that cell near Abilene. Luckily, it's starting to weaken a little bit. Hopefully that continues. Tammy's daughter is in Sanger, Texas. That's north. It's in Denton County. It's going to be pretty bad in Sanger. We're going to get some storms there in Sanger for sure. Scattered showers and storms, 11 p.m. Here's Sanger right there, right around, 11 p.m. tonight for Sanger. You got it, Alicia. Granbury, Texas. Not to be confused with Cranberry, Texas. I don't know if that's a real thing. Granbury, Texas. I gotta be honest, I've never heard of Granbury, Texas in my life. Oh, that's southwest of Fort Worth. Oh, it's not even that far. It's right there. Right around midnight. I'd say plus or minus a half hour from midnight for Granbury, Texas. Manny wants to know about Forney, Texas. Forney, east of Dallas, 12:30. About the time frame for Forney, Texas tonight. Madeline wants to know about Fairview, Texas. How about Fairview, Texas? South of McKinney, right around the Metroplex, right around midnight tonight for Fairview. It's gonna get busy in and around Dallas and Fort Worth. It's gonna get stormy, windy, haily, if that's a word. We're gonna make it a word tonight because they're saying hail up to softball size is possible. Denton, Texas, same time frame, right around 11:30 for Denton. Sherman, Texas. Ken Day wants to know about Sherman. Sherman, Texas. Sherman's north of McKinney. There it is. Right around 11. I'd say 11 for Sherman. Decatur, even a little bit earlier for you, Christy. Where's Decatur? Decatur is like the city that always seems to disappear here on the map. There's Decatur. Yep, see, there it is. It always disappears. Right around 10 tonight for Decatur is when things are going to go downhill. Chica wants to know about Temple, Texas. Temple, Texas. Oh, Temple, Texas is down between Waco and Austin. Yeah, there it is right there. Not till later tonight, and this line of storms will be weakening by the time it gets to Temple. So showers, maybe a few storms in Temple, middle of the night. We're talking 3 or 4 a.m. In Temple, Texas. Wiley, Texas. Oops. Oh, northeast of Garland. Yeah, I mean, in and around the metro, around 11:30 or midnight tonight for Wiley, Texas. You got it, Senior Goggles. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for everybody for coming out tonight. I know not exactly the friendliest weather to cap off the weekend, but we want to be here keeping everybody safe. We've got new tornado warnings here across southeastern Oklahoma as well. Let's go to the National Weather Service radar and pick this one up. Ardmore with a warning there. There's the one we were watching towards Abilene, but luckily that one has started to weaken some. We might have a couple new warnings near Durant, Oklahoma as well. We'll come back to those. They're not popping up here on the Weather Service's radar, so we'll see if that changes. But Duncanville, Texas. Cano wants to know about Duncanville. Outside of Dallas, 11:30 midnight tonight for Duncanville, Texas. Thanks for sharing the live, Stephanie. Hopefully we're providing some good information tonight. Remember, you can see what I'm looking at right now, the Flash Weather Command Center, free of charge. This is free. Go to flashweather.ai, the first company in the world to be able to predict AI and lightning. Impressive stuff, and there's much more to come. But we'll get into that later. Let's get through tonight first. John wants to know about Little Elm, Texas. Oh, it's north of the Colony. Yeah, okay, near Frisco. Call it 11:30 midnight tonight for Little Elm for John. Stephenville. I feel like we definitely brought up Stephenville before. We'll do it again for you, Ashley. Stephenville right off 377 southwest of Fort Worth here. No, I don't want the wording. Let's pull up the radar. Stephenville, there it is. Yeah, 11:15 for Stephenville. You're already getting warnings for Little Elm. Yeah. It's going to be a busy night across North Texas. I mean, we don't really see these very often in Texas in June, but I'll tell you what, this is a kind of a once-a-year setup in Texas. It really is in terms of how widespread the severe weather threat is. Yeah, Savage but classy saying grapefruit. It could even be bigger than grapefruit size hail. I mean, we could be talking DVD size hail with some of the strongest storms out there tonight. I'm looking at our exclusive storm severity index here for some of these storms. Ardmore, I mean, this complex of storms, big hail, big wind. You see these percentages, 96% chance of hail, 92% chance of hail. How about, where's the Abilene cell? Yeah, this one. I mean, this one still checks all the boxes. 98% hail, 95 wind, 67 torr. So, yeah, the atmosphere is primed tonight. Tarrant County, Roddy, we're talking 11:30 for storm arrival. Better now than none, I hope, with water restriction. Yeah, I guess that's a good point as we enter the summer months. That's for sure. Dallas, Fort Worth, Isaac and Miss Perez, 11 midnight tonight for the whole Metroplex. The whole Metroplex is going to get hit right around the same time. Noemi's son is driving from Washburn, Missouri to Waco. Ooh, that's not an ideal night to be making that drive. If your son's already through Dallas, he's through the worst of it. I will tell you that. Hopefully he's through Dallas because it's pretty bad in Oklahoma and North Texas, and even back into Missouri. There's more severe weather in Missouri right now too. So we're watching. There's even some storms on the East Coast, but those are finally starting to weaken. Joshua, Texas, please, for Ashley Prince. Your daughter's at camp in Marble Falls. Okay, let's do Joshua, Texas first. Joshua, that's south of Fort Worth. Yeah, there's Joshua. You're good now. Storms move into Joshua by midnight. We'll call it midnight for Joshua. And Marble Falls. How about Marble Falls, Texas? Oh, that's like northwest of Austin. Yeah, that's way south. There's Marble Falls. The good news about areas south is these storms are going to weaken. Yeah, we're not going to get much in Marble Falls. So, good news for your daughter at camp there in Marble Falls. It will not be that bad down there. Some showers, maybe a few rumbles of thunder. There's some more storms around daybreak, but it's going to be nothing like what Dallas sees tonight. Denton, please. 11:30 tonight for Denton, maybe a little bit earlier. It's going to get pretty nasty in Denton. Sam wants to know about the hail in Denton. There could be some big-time hail in Denton, up to quarter, maybe even somebody in the Metroplex could get up to tennis ball size hail. I mean, that really can't be ruled out. It's going to get noisy, and folks in Dallas and surrounding areas are not going to get their best night of sleep, unfortunately. So, Weatherford, Texas, pretty similar time frame, right around 11 for Weatherford tonight. There it is, just west of Fort Worth, of course. Yeah, you got it, Sam. McKinney, same time frame. Everybody in and around Denton, Frisco, McKinney, Little Elm, Flower Mound, Arlington, Irving, Garland, Dallas, Southlake, you name the city in and around the Metroplex. Everybody gets it between about 11:30, we'll call it 11:15 and about 1. So about a 2-hour window of big-time storms tonight. Checking the radar here off to the side. There are a couple tornado warnings in Oklahoma, but I don't think they're on the ground, so that's good. Yeah, you got it, TB. Yeah, Kayla, I'm sorry. Yeah, it's going to be pretty bad in Dallas. Hopefully it's like the last severe weather event of the year, but we know that's probably not going to happen in Dallas. By noisy, yeah, I mean thunder. Yeah, thunder, lightning, maybe some hail, some wind. Victoria wants to know about Aubrey, Texas. Aubrey, Texas. Oh, that's like northeast of Denton. Yeah, so you're like right here. Yeah, there's Aubrey. A little earlier, maybe 10:45 or 11. Jennifer, I don't think Dallas is going to have tornadoes. No, I don't. I think it's mainly a hail, a damaging wind threat in Dallas than it is a tornado threat, which is good. We don't want tornadoes. We want no weather, ideally, but we definitely don't want tornadoes. Ella's asking about Wichita Falls, Texas. We got some storms in and around Wichita Falls now. And once those move out, we're probably good for the night in Wichita Falls. Some light storms now, but that's about it. Gun Barrel City. Wow, what a city name that is. Gun Barrel City in Henderson County, Texas. Where is that? Oh, it's southeast of Dallas. I'm not sure this is going to pop up on our map, but we can try. What do you think is? I don't know if it's going to pop up. It's right around here. Gun Barrel City gets hit right around 1 a.m. tonight. So, Mid-Cities area. Mesquite, yeah, Mesquite gets hit around 12:30 tonight. Bogala. Mid-Cities. Yeah, you got it, Aaron. Mid-Cities. Texas. Oh, that's like Euless. Yeah. Where is Euless again? Oh, Yeah, like by the airport. Everybody around Euless, Hearst, Bedford, everybody sees it around the same time tonight. Right around midnight, maybe a little bit before. Yeah, Jennifer hit the nail on the head there, 11:30 to midnight. I think I should just pin that comment because that's kind of the answer to all the DFW questions. Dawn lives in an RV resort in Justin, Texas. Should I leave? Justin, Texas, like on the northwest, I guess, well, between Fort Worth and Denton. Should you leave? You don't have to leave. What's your RV's tolerance to wind, I guess, is my question. If you have a safer place to go, I would say take advantage of it. But with the tornado threat being pretty low, I think that hampers things, which is good. Waco, 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 please, sir. Okay, Jake, we can hook you up with Waco. There's Waco. Storms around 2:30 tonight for Waco, but hopefully these will be weakening as they move out of Dallas. They better be, at least, because these storms are going to pack a punch in Dallas, that's for sure. Dublin, Texas. Dublin, Texas. Oh, that's like southwest of Stephenville. Yeah, there it is. Dublin, Texas, right around 12:30. Chase Lee, Mr. TikTok Live, man. I'm in Sherman, Texas. Should I grab my lizard and take... At least it's not a hamster. Nothing wrong with hamsters. Sherman, yeah. Sherman's going to get hit in a couple hours. Sherman's going to get hit pretty good in a couple hours. K. Bieber, yeah, you're asking the right question about hail in North Dallas. It's going to hit around midnight, 11:30 or midnight, and there is a pretty good chance of hail. So I would, if you can move your car under, some sort of, some sort of cover, some sort of garage, that's the way to go. Denton, 11:30 or midnight for Denton. Burleson, Texas. Oh, outside Fort Worth? Hail and wind likely in Burleson. I'm going to say wind the main threat, though, in Burleson. So, yeah, it's gonna be bad. I mean, especially for June standards. Aubrey's what, north of... Isn't Aubrey up here? Yeah, there's Aubrey. Time frame right around 10:30 or 11. Fort Worth, 11:30. Tomorrow's a good question. The good news is that this is all going to push out. This is 7 a.m. tomorrow. Here's right around lunchtime. It's still raining in Waco and Killeen towards Austin, but DFW dries out completely tomorrow. So that's good for tomorrow. Norman, Oklahoma. Norman, Boomer. I almost went to OU, but I did not go to OU. I got the best meteorology school in the country, though. You got it, K. Bieber. Norman, you got some storms now, but once those move out, the storms that are over you now, you're done for the night. So all clear in Norman by probably 10 o'clock. Pilot Point, Texas. Pilot Point. Let's go to Pilot Point, Texas. Pilot Point. That's like north of Aubrey. Yeah, same time frame, 10:30, 10:45 tonight for Pilot Point. News on the hail in Fort Worth size. I mean, there could be some golf ball size hail in Fort Worth tonight. I bet somebody, whether it's McKinney, whether it's Denton, whether it's Irving, Fort Worth, Dallas, sees some big time hail. I'm waiting to see if the Storm Prediction Center issues a new severe thunderstorm watch. Oh, here it is. Okay, never mind. Okay. All right. So this is a particularly dangerous situation. Severe thunderstorm watch. I'm going to zoom all the way in here. For widespread damaging winds expected. This is across Dallas, Tyler, Stephenville, Waco, Longview. This is across north central Texas. This is a severe thunderstorm watch. Widespread damaging winds expected. Scattered significant gusts up to 100 miles per hour. That's Category 2 hurricane force winds with large hail likely and some large hail up to 3 inches in diameter possible. This is the real deal, folks. Yeah. See this line right here? This line's going to converge, come together, and then just dive south towards Dallas over the next few hours. So, Nat, no, the storm is not weakened at all. If anything, the storms are starting to strengthen as they push eastward. I want to see if we can get any Texas DOT live cams up. Because, yeah, this is going to get pretty gnarly over the next hour to hour and a half. Across most of the state. How bad do I think Dallas is going to? I think Dallas is going to get hit pretty good, Trey. Trophy Club, Lori. Trophy Club's going to get smacked pretty good around 11:30 tonight. Here in a couple hours. So, yeah, batten down the hatches. Let's put it that way. Yeah, those are their tornado warnings across southeastern Oklahoma. What are they saying about? Oh, I see. Yeah, this is the watch for big time wind, big time hail. How long will the storm last in Plano, Texas? Plano, Texas. It'll last in Plano from about midnight until 2 a.m., give or take. Trophy Club, yeah, Trophy Club right around 11:30 tonight, Lori. Not too bad in OKC, Hannah. Not too bad at all, especially compared to what. Bonnie, thank you for the gift. Thank you for the summer sun. Yeah, we need. Sending a summer sun is kind of ironic. I appreciate the gift, but I wish we could have summer sun instead of talking about this. Denton, 11 o'clock tonight. Denton, I'll tell you what, this is one of the higher ceiling risks for severe weather in the DFW metro we've had in a little while because of that 100 mile per hour wind threat. Wichita Falls, no, the worst is actually past you in Wichita Falls. That's good news. Wichita Falls, you're just about in the clear. How big on the hail in Dallas? Up to golf ball, maybe baseball size hail, but the wind, the straight line wind is going to be the main threat in Dallas, Honda, that's for sure. Do we have a couple of Princeton, Texas, Princeton. It's, yeah, northeast of, I guess, east of McKinney. So Princeton probably around 11:30 or midnight tonight. It's pretty similar time frame. Farmers Branch, Texas. That's in Dallas. Yeah, same time, 11:30 midnight. I'm sorry, Nat. Wait, Nat, where are you? You mentioned a city earlier. I forget where it was. Where are you located, Nat? We don't like storm anxiety, that's for sure. Hearst, that's in Dallas too. Yeah, same time, 11:30 or midnight tonight. Plano, Arlington, same times, right around or just before midnight. It's going to get pretty bad pretty quickly in Dallas in about, give or take, 2.5 or 3 hours. Decatur is going to get some strong wind here in about 2 hours. That's what I can describe RSP. Maybe some hail as well, but as time goes on tonight, the hail threat is going to go down and the wind threat is going to come up. Keller, Texas, same story, right around 11:30 or midnight tonight. Anywhere in and around Dallas is going to have a pretty similar time frame in terms of what time we can expect the worst there in Dallas, in and around the metro, I guess. User 723 asking about Tyler, Texas. Yeah, this line is going to keep its strength together, it looks like, at least to some degree, as it pushes into Tyler around 2:30, 3 a.m. tonight. So, yeah, the threat's not going to be over in Tyler later on. Traveling Joe on the YouTube. We got 120 in the TikTok. We've only got a couple in the YouTube, but Traveling Joe in the YouTube, thanks for coming through on the YouTube tonight, Joe. Austin, Lenny asking about Austin. You'll get some storms tomorrow morning, right around sunrise tomorrow morning for Austin, but this line should be weakening as it pushes through Austin, Round Rock, and other areas as well. Sassy Pam sent the lightning. That's appropriate. Thank you for the gifts, everybody. Thank you for the lightning. Thanks for the rose, Bonnie and Cody. I appreciate that. We're trying to get everybody educated and try to help everybody understand what's going to happen tonight, because love always wins. Yes, it is going to get bad in DFW tonight. Not necessarily a tornado threat, but a wind threat, a hail threat, a pretty significant wind threat tonight. I would say that for sure, right around midnight. So thanks for coming out, Tammy. Breckenridge, Texas. Kevin wants to know about Breckenridge, Texas. Stevens County. Breckenridge. Where? Oh, that's way west. Yeah, is that? Oh, there it is, right there. Breckenridge gets hit soon. We should look at the radar, live radar now for Breckenridge. Yeah, Breckenridge, you're going to get hit in the next hour or so. You're under severe thunderstorm warning right now in Breckenridge. Let's get the latest there, actually. 70-mile-per-hour wind gusts, quarter-size hail. Warning goes until 9:30, so another half hour. This storm has a history of producing widespread wind damage. Seek shelter now. So there you go. That's all you really need to hear about that in Breckenridge. Waco, not too bad in Waco tonight. That's good. Surge is headed to Graham, Texas tonight. Surge is, you got it, Kevin. Surge is heading to Graham, Texas tonight. When are you going to Graham, Texas? Because the weather is going to go downhill there pretty fast. That's north of Breckenridge. You're like out here. It's going to get bad in Graham very soon. Yeah, like very soon as in the next half hour or so in Graham. So if you can delay your trip to Graham, that would be a good idea. Cody wants to know about Crum, Texas. Crum in Denton County. Surge, the faster you can get there, the better. The weather's going to get worse. If you're coming from the east towards Graham, it's going to get worse the closer you get there. Crum, Texas. Is that it? Oh, that's near Denton. Yeah, about 11 o'clock tonight for Crum. Nate wants to know about Red Oak. Thanks for the follow, Crystal. Appreciate the follow. Nate wants to know about Red Oak, Texas. Ellis County. Is that east? Oh, it's south of Dallas. Probably about 12:30 tonight, Nate, for Red Oak. Yeah, you got it, Cody. How about Weatherford? About 11:30 tonight, Mama. 11:30, maybe 11. Boyd, Texas. Fort Worth about 11:15. Icy. Frisco about 11:30, 11:45. Boyd, Texas. Oh, that's near Decatur. That's sooner. Decatur's the town that never wants to pop up here on the map. There's Decatur. There's Boyd right there. There's Boyd. The storms are probably a couple hours out, hour and a half out. We'll call it 10:30 for Boyd, maybe 10:45. North Dallas, Carrollton, 11:30. It's a good time for Dallas. This line of storms is going to get ferocious. I think that's the best word we can describe this line. Look at that. Boom. Right around 1. The timeline has actually pushed back a little bit in this newest run of Flashcast. Now it may not come through until about midnight in Arlington, and then about, what do you want to call it, 12:15, 12:30 in Dallas. Maybe some hail, but I'm worried about the wind more than anything, DK. I'm really worried about the wind in Dallas, in and around Dallas. Stratford Small wants to know about Westlake. Westlake's going to take it on the chin pretty good here later on, right around 11:30 for Westlake. Yeah, it does suck. Even though there's really no tornado threat. I mean, there could be a spin up or two within the line, but the main threat is not tornadoes. The main threat is going to be the wind and maybe a small hail threat as well. Let's see here. Keller, Texas, same time frame, right around midnight. Lubbock, Texas, not too bad. You guys are finally getting a break in Lubbock. You got some storms out there now, but then once we get past midnight, you're done. I don't think we're going to get a tornado in Fort Worth, Sadie, no, but we're going to get some really strong wind in Fort Worth that honestly might as well be a weak tornado. I would say one. I would say that's a good summary. Yeah, lots of winds and some hail. Right around midnight, Willie, for Dallas. Right around midnight, and Thomas. Midnight Central Time for Dallas with winds. I mean, big time winds, the main threat, and some hail. Anything in the Panhandle? No, the Panhandle's done now. Everything's moved south of you, so that's good. Salina, Texas. Is that Salina? Salina, Texas. It's north of Prosper. North of Frisco. There it is right there. Right around 11 for Salina. Yeah, no tornadoes, but, even if there's not any tornadoes, the main threat is really going to be those really strong straight line winds. That's really the main problem out of what we're going to see tonight. Stratford Small asking about Crockett, not Davy Crockett, but Crockett, Texas, in southeast Texas. In the middle of nowhere, of course. It's next to the Davy Crockett National Forest. Let's see here. Texas is just such a bit. There's Crockett right there. Mesquite right around 12:30 or 1 tonight, Christian. Crockett gets hit around 4 a.m. Stratford. 4 a.m. Stratford. Allen Plano about midnight tonight, Carla. I wouldn't say no hail, Chelsea. I wish I could say no hail. But I think we're going to have wind and we're going to have a hail threat in and around the Metroplex. Lisa, thanks for the follow. Denton County, 11:30 tonight. Farmersville, Alex Wick asking about Farmersville, Texas. It's east of McKinney, probably about midnight, 12:30. Yeah, let's do Killeen. We haven't done Killeen yet, and it's decently sized city. Let's do Killeen. West of Temple. Yeah, some storms in Killeen off and on overnight, but the severe threat's not going to be as high as Dallas. That's for sure. Oops. We got a few different 3 different tornado warnings here across southeastern Oklahoma. Are any of these on the ground, I wonder? That's what I'd like to find out. It looks like no. I think they're all 3 radar indicated tornado warnings. So that's good. And this line is really starting to take shape as it head towards Dallas. Timmy says it's clear skies. Yeah, it is in Raleigh. It's clear skies. Stratford, tell your parents they are welcome. Tell Mr. Phil he's going to be Mr. Phil is going to be safe tonight. He's going to be safe. Timmy's in Fort Worth. Timmy, if you go outside at midnight and the skies are clear, I'll give you $100. How about that? I will voluntarily give you $100 if the skies are clear in Fort Worth at midnight. Gilmer, Texas. We haven't done Ennis, Texas. Castillo asked about Ennis, Texas. We haven't done Ennis, Texas yet. Let's look at Ennis, Texas. South of Dallas. Yeah, you'll get hit around 1:30 tonight. Maybe a little earlier, maybe 12:30. Decatur, Texas, around 11 tonight. Decatur is going to get hit right around 11. So in the next couple of hours, I'd say 2 hours. Gilmer, I think we just did Gilmer. We'll do Gilmer again. Right off 271 there. Way east. That's right. Not until later tonight, like 1 a.m. probably for Gilmer. I would say significant wind and hail in Decatur, Allens. I would say all the above, unfortunately. We've done Ferris, Texas for JFTV. Let's do Ferris. Let's do Ferris, Texas. Oh, it's outside of Dallas. Yeah. About 12:30 tonight for Ferris. 12:30 for Ferris, Texas tonight. Welcome back, Adley. Italy, Texas. Do they have good pizza in Italy, Texas? I would hope. Italy, Texas. At least good chicken parm, or ideally both. South of Dallas. Is that towards Hillsboro? Yeah. It's like right, yeah, there's Italy. Right there. Right around 1 a.m. in Italy, Texas. Grand Saline, Plano Princess, right around midnight. Grand Saline, Texas. Van Zant County in Grand Saline. Oh, it's east of Dallas. About 1:15, I would say, for Grand Saline. Arlington, Megan, right around midnight for Arlington. Thanks for sharing the live, Kelly. Mount Vernon, Texas. Ryan Coe wants a little L. Mark around 11:30. Mark right around 11:30. What was that? Mount Vernon. That's right. Mount Vernon, Texas. James Rodriguez checking in on the YouTube from Lubbock, Texas. James, thanks for stopping by. We only got a few people on the YouTube, but we've got over 100 on the TikTok. So thanks everybody for getting the latest from us tonight. What you're looking at here to my left is the Flash Weather Command Center. You can get this for free. You can see live radar, 18-hour future radar, and lightning prediction technology out to an hour. So you can see where the Flash AI model has these storms moving over the next hour from northwest to southeast towards Dallas. They're still a couple hours from Dallas. They're not going to be in Dallas for probably another 2.5, 3 hours. But it kind of gives you an idea of the direction that these storms are moving from the northwest to the southeast. How bad for Little L? It's going to be pretty bad, Mark. Strong winds, maybe some hail out there as well. Gloria, Andrea, thank you for the follows. Appreciate that, Mark. But yeah, I mean, it's going to be really bad out there tonight, especially for a June-type severe weather setup. Not a very typical setup. Brandon, right now they're moving at about 30, but this line is going to pick up as it picks up steam towards Dallas. It'll move about 40 to 50 miles per hour. Frog and Brittany, appreciate the follows. Laws, thanks for the follow as well. J-Rod, thank you for the follow. It's been Robert, appreciate that as well. Busy evening, but hey, we're trying to have everybody staying prepared. Maria, Brandon, thank you for the follows. The good thing about Flash, I mean, we can go out 6 hours and see where these storms will be. 6-hour lightning probability. So by 1 a.m. tonight, gives you an idea of where the storms will be from Dallas upwards into southeastern Oklahoma and down towards, what'll it be? Down towards, almost towards Austin. So, but this really gives you a good idea. Here you go. I mean, so if we extend this first strike AI forecast out, you've got the first strikes in Plano at about 11. We'll call it 11, the first strikes in Plano. Same with Louisville. Denton, the first strike in Denton, probably about 10. And then things will move southeast from there. So our AI model here does a good job of showing you the direction that these storms are going to move in. I bet if I turned off the strikes, you could probably see it a little bit better. I guess it's not going to let me. I guess since I'm on a lightning strike product, it's not going to let me turn them off. But Kelly, thanks for the follow. Maria, appreciate you sharing it. Frog, appreciate you sharing. I think the best way I can explain how bad it's going to be tonight is if we'll go to our telestrator screen here, and we'll show you future radar. I mean, you can just see how quickly. I'll get rid of that side panel. Just how quickly these storms get their act together in the next hour. So they're kind of scattered now. You've got kind of two different batches of storms, one west of Dallas, one north of Dallas, right? But then watch what happens in about an hour time frame. The whole line comes together right on top of Dallas as it moves south. When you see lines like that, that's when that damaging wind threat really comes up. And that's why we're really concerned about some wind gusts potentially upwards of 100 miles per hour tonight, because these storms all just working in tandem, almost like a family of storms. So that's why we're here with you. Want to keep you prepared, want to keep you safe out ahead of what's going to be a pretty significant severe weather event tonight. So Shoebox Baby says he's right in the middle of all this. Well, I don't like to hear that, but we're just here to try to keep you safe. That's what it really comes down to more than anything, because this line is going to plow. I mean, I don't know what other word to use here than plow right through Dallas at around midnight. Everybody in the Metroplex basically gets it all at once. Fort Worth, same story, right around midnight as well. What about Paris, Texas? Paris, Texas. We've done Paris a couple times. I should know where it is by now. Oh, yeah, northeast. Yeah, there it is. Paris, Texas gets hit. Well, there are some storms to the northwest of you right now. The question is, which direction are they going to go? You'll get, let's call it sideswiped in Paris around 11 in the next hour and a half to 2 hours. Steven thinks nothing happens to Dallas. Again, as I said to some guy earlier, if nothing happens in Dallas, I'll give somebody $100. It's going to rain in Dallas. It's going to storm in Dallas. There's going to be power outages in Dallas. I can almost guarantee you that. How widespread they are, we'll have to wait and see. But it's going to be pretty bad in and around the Metroplex. So, yeah. Traveling Joe and James checking in on the YouTube. How we doing, fellas? Houston's looking fine tonight, Tequila. So that's the good news. Once this line makes it all the way down to Houston, it's going to lose a bunch of its steam by tomorrow morning. Red Oak, Texas. I just speak my mind. Really wants to know about Red Oak, Texas. Tornado threat's not that high tonight at all. The wind threat, straight line wind, is what we're really concerned about. Thank you for the follow, Shelby. Red Oak, Texas. Appreciate that follow. Carrollton, right around midnight tonight. Pretty similar time frame. Red Oak, a little bit later, maybe 12:31. Garland, Texas. Oh, that's northeast side of Dallas. Yeah, about the same time, midnight. Call it midnight. Denton, about 11:15, 11:30. How about Laredo? There's a shout out to a different part of Texas. Laredo. all the way down on the border. Where is it down here? That's it, right? There it is. There's Laredo. Whole lot of nothing. So that's good news for Laredo. Whole lot of nothing. TJ for Laredo. AG, you just put in some new trees. Hopefully they survive the wind. I agree with that. You don't want brand new trees coming out of the ground because if they do, then they're going to start flying around. Grapevine, same time frame, right around midnight for Grapevine, and Andrew in Arlington, same time frame as well. Ghost Man wants to know about Lindale. Alicia, thank you for the follow. Lindale, Texas. Alicia wants, or no, who wants to know about Lindale? Is it Lindale? Lindale? Ghost Man? What do you got there? He's got family there in Lindale. Frog, thanks for sharing the live. Lindale, Texas. It's northwest of Tyler. Tyler's up here. Yeah, there's Lindale. Let's see, what about Lindale? Yeah, about 1 a.m. tonight for Lindale. Little Elm, about midnight. Catherine, thank you for the follow. I appreciate it. Garland, right around the same time. Anything in Dallas, I just need to pin something permanently in the chat. Dallas, Fort Worth, Arlington, Irvine. This is not California. Irving, University Park, Carrollton, Southlake, Westlake, Keller, Grapevine, anything in Dallas. Time frame is right between about 11:30 and 1 a.m. If you're driving from Dallas to Houston around 3:30-ish, should it be fine? Ooh. All right, well, let's go to 3:30. This is 3:30. The short answer is no. I mean, you have to drive through the storms. They will be weakening, but it's still not going to be ideal. Let's put it that way. Yeah. Chuck, thank you for the follow. I appreciate that. Benbrook. Juan wants to know about Benbrook, Texas. Southwest of Fort Worth. About 11:30 tonight, Juan, for Benbrook. Yeah, the winds tonight is what we're really concerned about. Nathaniel, appreciate the follow. TLC, thanks for sharing that live. Just trying to get the word out to as many folks as we can tonight because the wind threat is something we are legitimately concerned about. You want to go to McDonald's tonight from Dallas to Mesquite? Sure. I mean, you can go now. Cindy, thanks for the follow. Shelby and Giovanni, appreciate you sharing. Jesse, I appreciate you bringing up Abilene. We haven't really talked about this Abilene cell for a little while. It was weakening. I've been kind of not paying attention to it. Okay, I'm looking at side screen here. It has weakened, so that's good news. It's also not moving very fast here. It's kind of moseying. Thank you. I don't know anything. I appreciate the follow. I don't know anything either. I'm just the weather guy. No, I'm kidding. Abilene's going to get scraped by this storm. We'll put it that way. But there was a tornado with it. That tornado northwest of Abilene was it a confirmed touchdown? Yeah, there was a confirmed brief tornado touchdown near Anson, Texas. But that tornado has lifted, and now it's just a wind threat as these storms move closer to Dallas. There's still a couple tornado warnings in southeastern Oklahoma. Fat Dad, I appreciate the follow. ABS, Fort Worth. ABS wants to know about Fort Worth. Sorry, Fort Worth for around 11:30 tonight, 9th. I appreciate the follow. Arlington, Texas, same story. I would say Arlington's going to be right around midnight, maybe 12:15. Ogre-ish, where for the whole storm? Because there's going to be storms just about everywhere. I'll zoom it out here and show you our flashcast future radar. I want the short term. There we go. How it is right now, we've got two different sets of storms here. You see the storms that are in southern Oklahoma, and then there's more storms west of Dallas. Well, what's going to happen here is these storms are going to kind of converge, as you see right here, into one line right as they move across Fort Worth and I-30 through Dallas. Schrader, appreciate the follow. Liz, thanks for sharing the live. I can try to tell the rain to stop. I'm gonna do my best for you right now, so you can go grab some stuff. Some what do we call it in COVID? Like I don't remember what we called it in COVID. Is it something to worry about? Depends where you are, Jackson. Weatherford, Texas, you'll get hit around 11:30 tonight, so in about 2 hours or so. Oh, Newark. Somebody asked about Newark, Texas, and I wanted to take a look at Newark, Texas. Oh yeah, that's like way northwest Tarrant County. That's like way up here, right? Is it gonna pop up on the map? Yeah, there it is, Newark, right there, tiny font. Yeah, Newark's gonna get hit around 11:30 tonight. Plano, Texas for Danielle. Yeah, Plano's gonna get hit around midnight. Downtown Dallas gonna get hit about midnight. Justin, what can you do to prepare? Bring your cars inside, get them out of the open in case we do get hail in Dallas, which there's a decent chance we do get hail in Dallas. We can look at our hail product here and see where we have hail right now. We'll be able to look at this product as it moves into Dallas, as these storms move in, to show you where the hail is. We've got a product coming out soon that'll be able to predict hail an hour out. But this is current hail size. Look at this, 1.5-inch diameter hail here east of Roby, Texas. That's golf ball size hail. That's big time hail. Haskell, Texas, got about 1 inch in diameter. Then another cell east of that with 1.25 inch diameter hail. Some big hail also in southern Oklahoma near Ardmore. How big is this hail? That's $0.50 size hail north of Ardmore, Oklahoma. So I think if we back this up, what would you guys say? Do you think the hail is increasing or decreasing? I think you could argue it's going both ways. Wow, how big was this hail? Oh my gosh, 4 inches. That's the potential with these storms tonight. Hockey, thanks for the follow. This really goes to show the potential for these storms tonight. One of these cells pumped out 4-inch diameter hail about, an hour and a half ago? Unbelievable. Unbelievable. All right, we'll get off max hail size and go back to, we don't need the severe hail index. We'll just go back to the radar. How likely are tornadoes? Luckily, not very likely tonight, but we're talking lots of wind, lots of hail. Wind is really the main threat, and the National Weather Service is saying we could have wind up to 100 miles per hour. Yeah, 100. That's Category 2 hurricane force wind speeds tonight with these storms. Ninth, thanks for sharing the live. What did somebody asked about? Oh, Shreveport. There's a good. We haven't talked about Shreveport or anything. We haven't talked about much of outside of Texas. Right now. Let's go to Shreveport. There's Shreveport right there. Got some rain now. I mean, you're going to have off and on storms all night. You'll be on kind of the eastern periphery of the storms. Thanks, Cruz, for sharing the live. So off and on storms tonight in Shreveport. That's for sure. Thanks, Danielle. I appreciate that. Doing what we can, This is we weren't expecting to go live this early. Weren't expecting to go live till later this month or later this summer with Flash, but hey, when this big of a severe weather threat happens, we got to be here for it. So, oops, thanks for the follow. Denison, I don't know where Denison, Texas is. Let's find out. I know where Denison, Iowa is. J-Row, I appreciate the follow. I don't know where Denison, Texas is. Oh, that's like right on the state line near Sherman, right? Yeah, there it is. Is it storming in Denison now? I think it is. Yeah, it definitely is. There's a tornado warning on the other side of the border from where you are, but you're just in a severe thunderstorm warning. Let's pull up the live radar. This is the old radar. Let's go to our storm severity product. Big time chance of hail. Look at that. 93% chance of hail, 85% chance of wind. So yeah, hopefully your car is covered. Hopefully that hail doesn't fall in Denison. Maybe it falls in Pottsboro. Maybe it falls in Knollwood. Maxie, do I think winds will drop trees down? 100-mile-per-hour winds will certainly drop trees down. So I'd be stunned if we don't get some sort of power outages reports across, Dallas, across the Fort Worth area tonight. Because, yeah, these storms mean business. C. Sanders says lightning rolling, and you're in. Remind me where you are, C. Sanders. Are you in? Not Trophy Club, but oops, I'm moving the camera around here. The Colony, yeah, that's right. Yeah, storms moving into the Colony. There we go. So, how long is Durant, Oklahoma going to be bad? That's a good question about Durant. Durant, Oklahoma. Are the tornado sirens going off in Durant? I don't think they are they? It could be. Decatur, yeah, Decatur is going to get hit pretty good here in the next hour or so, Skylar. Jana Carter, thank you for the follow. San Antonio, nothing too bad in San Antonio tonight. Abilene, let's go to Abilene. Jay Lobo asking about Abilene because there are storms there. There was a tornado warning on that cell in Abilene. Thank you, Jen, for the follow. There was a tornado warning on that cell in Abilene, but it has weakened. Now just a severe thunderstorm warning. The worst is likely going to miss Abilene, actually just to the north. Let's put on our severity product here. It's got wind. It's got a wind signature. You see that 83% chance of severe wind, and even the cell just to the east of Abilene. Where's this moving, though? The worst of it right now looks like it's going to miss Abilene, just to the north. Hopefully that continues. We're going to keep a close eye on this. Skylar is scared in Decatur. Let's go up to Decatur. I don't think anything is Decatur. Oh, Decatur's in a severe thunderstorm warning. Okay. Yeah, you're in this warning. Let's get the latest on this warning. 70-mile-per-hour wind gusts, quarter-size hail. This warning goes until the top of the hour, so another half hour for Montague County, Wise County, Denton County, Cook County. So these storms are starting to get closer to Dallas. They're only a couple hours away at this point. Riley wants to know about Denton. Denton, it's coming to Denton in the next couple of hours. They already issued the warning out ahead for Denton. Did you see? Oh boy, here we go. This is what we were worried about, these storms kind of congealing into a line. Nicole, I appreciate the follow. I'm going to go back to the telestrator here because this is what we're worried about as these storms get closer to Dallas. 2 hours ago, this is 8:30, so it's 8:30 Eastern time, so 7:30 Central. These storms were not very organized, especially in southern Oklahoma. And then watch how much they've gotten organized in this area. And now they're trying to connect the dots there. And once these storms connect the dots, that's when we're really worried about that severe weather threat. So, and really the wind threat. The wind threat is really what's at its highest tonight. So, Skyler, appreciate the follow. Tyler, Texas. Yeah, Tyler's going to get hit later tonight. Tyler is. Let's put on our flashcast here. Here's Tyler right there. Tyler, you're going to see it about 1 a.m., I would say. 1 a.m. is when it's going to come through Tyler, Texas. So, Colin, appreciate the follow. Camden, thank you for the follow. Caffey, Sean, appreciate the follow. Granbury, Texas for Jacob. Let's find Granbury, Texas. Granbury is southwest of Fort Worth. Yeah, right here. Yeah, you'll get hit about midnight, I would say. Kathy, appreciate the follow. And Jessica, I appreciate the follow as well. Carrollton, right around midnight. Walker's Hobby Shop, right around midnight. Big Sandy, Texas. The Pines Catholic Camp may need a storm plan. Yeah, if we got a Catholic camp, we do need a storm plan. Big Sandy, Texas. I hear good things about Big Sandy. Northeast of Tyler. Where's Big Sandy on the map? Is it going to show up for us? I think I've zoomed in too much. Yeah, there's Big Sandy right there. Marcy and Angel and Woods Craft and Decor, thank you for the follow. Big Sandy gets hit right around 1 a.m. It's going to pack a punch, so hopefully they do have a storm plan. Because these storms are going to roll through in the next few hours there in Big Sandy. So, I used to know how to pronounce that city. That's where Stephen F. Austin is, I'm pretty sure. Natchitoches? I did not get that right. I was close, maybe. And I think that's where Stephen F. Austin. No, that's in a different city. Marita, thanks for the follow. I probably shouldn't be talking about things I barely know what I'm talking about. Is this supposed to go south? Cindy, yes, it is. Yeah, all these storms are going to move south throughout the night. They'll weaken as they do so. You see the general movement here. Nacogdoches. There we go. Thank you, user 768. That was what I was aiming for. Yeah, so these storms are all going to move to the south overnight. Boom, just like that. Yeah. What was I going to look at? Stephen F. Yeah, it is in Nacogdoches. That's what I thought. Terrell. Is it Terrell or Terrell? I think it's Terrell, Texas. I could be wrong. McKinney going to get hit right around midnight tonight, Flacca. Terrell going to get hit about 12:30, 1 a.m. tonight. Terrell is. Flower Mound, similar time frame. Terrell like Terrell Owens. Yeah, exactly. There's something I was going to check. Weatherford? Yeah, Weatherford's going to get hit around midnight, I would say, Weatherford. Sulphur Springs, same time frame, maybe a little bit earlier, maybe 11:30, and it's going to be pretty bad. We're talking big wind there. Big wind in Sulphur Springs, that's for sure. Trying to get the latest here from the National Weather Service. Terrell? Yeah, there we go. What time for Flower Mound? Let's go. Let's see Flower Mound again. Let's see. Let's zoom all the way into Flower Mound. Right there. There it is. When do the purples get to Flower Mound? About 11:30? I'd say about 11:30 for Flower Mound. Fort Worth, same time frame. Terrell, Texas, about the same, about midnight or so. Fort Worth, midnight. Same story for Greenville. Where's Green? Is that Green? I know a Greenville, south of North Carolina. Is there Greenville, Texas, too? Greenville, Texas. I guess there is. The more you know. Oh, that's east of McKinney. That's right. Right there. Yeah. Greenville gets hit around 11. Go Canes. Patrick Nestor, go Canes. I'm at an RV park. Weatherford's scared of the winds. Might have to split for a while. I think it's a good idea. I really do. 4-2. Thanks for the follow. I think if you're in a mobile home or an RV park, and if you have a different area to go, it definitely wouldn't hurt, especially for one night with how strong the winds are. So if you can, do it. Sherman, north of McKinney. Yeah, we talked about Sherman. Sherman's going to get hit now. Sherman's getting hit right now as we speak with some pretty strong winds. Let me know what you see in Sherman, Luann, because that'll kind of tell us what these storms are packing as they're heading southbound right down I-35 towards Dallas. So Denton, Texas for Erica around 11:30. Mesquite, Texas. What do we want to call it? What do we want to call Mesquite? 11:30 as well, 11:30 or midnight. Slight rain for now. Okay, you're going to see a noticeable uptick from slight rain, Luann, in about, call it 15 minutes. 15 minutes, you're going to see something different. Kathy, thanks for the follow. Yeah, Luann, let me know what you see in Sherman in about 15 minutes. Katie, thanks for the follow. Kathy, thanks for liking the live. We're almost at 10,000 likes. Can we get to 10,000 likes? We'll see. Explain the benefits of using the Flash weather software to track the storms. Chase Sanders wants to know. Yeah, good question. So Flash is the first in the world to be able to predict lightning with AI. And that's what we're doing with this Flash AI prediction first strike model. So we can track the first strike of the storms as these storms move from northwest to southeast. The first strikes get to downtown Dallas essentially 51 minutes after 10:30. So what is that? 11:30? That's when the first strikes get to downtown Dallas. That's kind of what we can provide. And this is really good for any outdoor uses, not just severe weather, but landscaping or schooling, outings for football games and all these. Oh, the lightning's here. We got to wait 30 minutes. Well, this is AI powered, 99+% accuracy. You can get what I'm looking at right now, the Flash dashboard, by going to flashweather.ai. But incredible tool. Flash is really providing something that's really going to change severe weather forecasting forever. So, Puzzle, appreciate the follow. Lou Ann, thanks for the follow. 10,000 likes. We did it. Look at that. Look at that. We did it. We made it happen, Cap. Now we're at 11,000. Wow, now we're cooking with gas. Athens, Texas. Colton wants to know about Athens, Texas. We did Athens earlier. I forget where exactly it is. Oh, yeah, like southeast of Dallas. I think Athens gets hit around, is it 1:30? Yeah, about 1:30 in Athens. And it's going to be bad in Athens. There's no doubt about that. Big time wind expected in Athens as we get closer to there. Puzzle, thanks for the follow. I think I might have already shouted you out, but appreciate it. Yeah, Sherman for Luann is about to go. There's a new tornado warning actually for Sherman. New tornado warning just in. Let's go to the Weather Service and see what they have on this warning. They don't even have it. There have been some technical communication issues with the National Weather Service in the past few months in terms of getting these tornado warnings out and disseminating them to all these different products. There have been some, why that's happening, there could be several different reasons why. But, yeah, Luann, you just got your tornado warning. This is a radar-indicated tornado warning, so there's not been a confirmation of a tornado on the ground, which is good, and hopefully that remains the case. Tarrant County, Fort Worth. Tarrant County is going to get hit pretty good at about midnight. I'd say midnight for Tarrant County. For Burleson, Texas. Burleson. It's like Burl Lives. South of Fort Worth, yeah, you're going to get hit. It's near Claiborne, right? Yeah, well, I guess it's between Claiborne and Fort Worth. Yeah, about 1 a.m., maybe 12:30. Burleson's, unfortunately, Desi, Burleson's going to get hit. You're going to get hit. It's not going to stay north. I would say all the way down to almost Austin is going to get hit tonight. I mean, look at that. Even down to Austin. This is at 4 a.m. tomorrow morning. Boom. Look at that backward C structure right there. That's when you know the damaging winds are really a main threat. I'm going to do this on the telestrator again. It's it's an interesting phenomenon in meteorology called the rear inflow jet. There's been a lot of studies done on the rear inflow jet and how this happens in severe weather. But essentially, you've got so much air. Oops. That's the wrong scene. Hold on a second. What just happened here? There we go. There we go. All right, so what happens here is you've got all these winds pushing down from the north. All those straight line winds that feed those storms, keep them going from north to south. And that's what happens as they move across Round Rock, Austin, Bryan. Look at that. Even in Bryan tonight. This is at 5 a.m. This is in like 8 hours. And these storms are still going to pack a punch all the way down to, Bryan, College Station, etc. So, wow. Strong stuff. Burleson. Thank you, Christy. Let's see what we got new from the Weather Service. This is the latest radar feed, and it's not even showing us the warning here on either the NWS's official site, or this is the National Weather Service's official radar site, and it's not even showing the tornado warning in Sherman. And they clearly issued a tornado warning. Anyways, how bad is it going to be in Decatur? It's going to be pretty bad. If you want a simple answer. Where is Decatur? Is the one city on this map that people ask about. There it is. It always wants to disappear. So Decatur is right there. And you see how this line of storms is moving right towards Decatur? Yeah, it's going to get pretty bad here in Decatur in the next probably hour or so. So, Chase, Mr. Sanders, I like Texas. I try to know some Texas geography. It's the biggest state in the lower 48, and there's a lot of geography to it, but I try. I try. Arlington, CJ, yeah, Arlington's going to get hit about midnight. So Jennifer has been the GOAT. I'm going to just pin her comment. It says I can only pin this for 60 seconds. Why can't I pin that longer? Whatever. On YouTube, it's a lot easier to pin comments. We only have a few people in the YouTube, so the TikTok has been much more active tonight, that's for sure. What place in DFW is getting hit worst, in your opinion? I mean, it's like impossible to pick out like a single city. Everybody, Rooster, Texas, appreciate the follows. I don't think I could pick out a single city. I think they're all everybody's gonna get a pretty similar outcome. Jennifer, appreciate the follow. Thank you, Marissa, for the follow. Any tornado or hail warning for us in Tarrant County, Fort Worth? No tornado warnings. There could be some hail as these storms pull on through, but yeah. So what the National Weather Service does now, they changed this a few years ago. If the severe thunderstorm has winds over 80 miles per hour, or at least I think it's baseball-size hail, they sound the warnings. They sound like the tornado warning sirens. Even if there's not a tornado warning in effect, they still sound the sirens if we have at least 80 mile per hour wind gusts or we have baseball-sized hail. So they changed that a few years ago after the Iowa derecho of 2020. So interesting stuff there. Impacts to tomorrow's morning commute in North Dallas. Luckily, no. This is going to be out of Dallas by about 7 o'clock tomorrow morning. So that's good. Cruz, thanks for sharing the live. Jennifer is... I got to make Jennifer like a mod at this point because she's been saving our bacon in terms of letting us know when TFW is going to get hit. Rockwall, Texas update. I'm actually going to make her a mod. You know what? There we go. User 308 or 380, thanks for the follow. CJ, thanks for the follow. How strong are the winds now predicted? Up to 100 miles per hour. That's what the National Weather Service is saying. I want to go back to the Storm Prediction Center's website. I mean, they're saying up to 100 miles an hour. Oops, that's the wrong. No. They're calling this a particularly dangerous situation. Widespread damaging winds likely. Raining very hard in Sherman, Luann. Yeah, I told you it's going to get a little bit worse. Let me see. Let me look at the radar. It's probably going to get even worse over the next 5 minutes, Luann. Scattered significant gust upwards of 100 miles per hour likely. I mean, that's crazy. 100 miles per hour. And then hail up to 3 inches in diameter. So wind and rain starting now in Carrollton. Yeah. Carrollton. Oh, it's already starting in Carrollton. Wow. I mean, we're still even like an hour and a half away from the worst being there. So what's my favorite weather tracker? Like What website is this, RSP? This is the Flash Weather Command Center. You can get this for free. If you go to flashweather.ai, it says get access right there on the homepage. You can get what I'm looking at for free. It's a really cool, intuitive dashboard with all of these AI prediction technology as well. So we can predict what time the lightning is going to get to Dallas. It's going to be right around 11:30, 11:45. So this is my favorite thing to use by far. It's incredible what there is on here and what there's going to be coming over the next weeks and months. So, Delilah, thanks for the follow. Still pretty calm in Saginaw, Texas. Where is Saginaw, Texas? Oh, Tarrant County. Yeah, it's going to be calm in North Fort Worth for another probably hour and a half. So, Young County, is that Young County, Texas, I would assume? Oh, it's west of Fort Worth. Is that where, oh, that's where Graham, oh yeah, you're getting the thick of it right now if you're in Graham. McKinney's going to get it pretty good in the next hour or so. Thank you for watching, Shadow. We're gonna be live as long as I can stay awake. I've been up since pretty early this morning, but we're being live as long as I can. We're gonna try to be live until at least it gets close to Dallas. Once it gets to Dallas, that might be when we might call it quits. Then we're approaching 3 hours. Sean, thanks for the follow. Garland's what? Northeast Dallas. Yeah, I mean it's gonna hit Garland in the next couple of hours by about midnight. So, St. Kate, thanks for the follow. Thunder and lightning in the colony. Of course, I try to provide some help. Texas Real Anna Roque, Texas Realtor, thanks for the follow. Let's see here. I want to know what is Luann feeling in Sherman, because Sherman is getting hit pretty good right now. There was actually a funnel cloud reported 2 minutes ago near Sherman. By the way, let us go to the winter. Yeah, we're not in the winter product. Luckily, our AI product thinks this Sherman cell does not have much of a chance of producing a tornado. But you see the wind, 83% chance of severe wind, 70% chance of hail. So these storms are packing kind of a 1-2 punch here of both wind and hail. Are you seeing any hail in Sherman or no? The sirens are going off in Denton. That is interesting. The sirens are going off in Denton. 70-mile-per-hour wind gusts, quarter-size hail with that cell moving through Denton. The funnel cloud is about a mile southwest of downtown Sherman. That was the report. That report, I'm not sure I really believe based on the format it came in on. So, yeah, sirens, the way they sound them does vary pretty significantly from state to state. Sometimes even varies from county to county depending on the state. So, it depends. You can see this line really starting to take shape right there as it dives south towards the DFW Metroplex. There haven't been many tornado reports at all today, which is obviously very good, but we haven't had barely any tornado reports. And that's good. So, well, Little Rock, Arkansas. We haven't talked about Little Rock tonight. Maybe a couple spotty storms in the morning, but that's about it. Paranormal is saying that they're hearing maybe a touchdown in South Sherman. Wow. Appreciate the follow, Alyssa, and Period. Thanks for the follow. Thank you, Stacy, for the follow. 13,000 likes. Not bad tonight. Not bad, not bad. We'll take that. Sirens now in the colony. Okay, sirens going off in the colony, according to C. Sanders. Is Paris, Texas going to be hit? Yeah, Paris, Texas is likely going to get hit here in the next couple of hours. Yeah. Thank you, St. Kate. I try. This is our first stream, so the fact that there is not, if you're saying there's no audio issues, that's a good start to the first live stream. So I appreciate the affirmation, and the no issues, St. Kate. Gabrielle, thanks for sharing the live. Frisco tornadoes. So it sounds like they're sounding the sirens on the north side of the Metroplex in Frisco, in the Colony, in Denton. Millie, thanks for sharing. Denny, where are you? Is it going to be bad? Denny says is it going to be bad? Lee, appreciate the follow. Denton and Collin County, probably. That would make sense. Yeah. Shawnee, clear. Shawnee, Oklahoma. Assume you mean Shawnee, Oklahoma. There's a couple more I think Shawnee is actually, now that you say that, yeah, Shawnee's about good. Yeah. Mimi, appreciate the follow. Sirens in Allen, sirens in Plano. Yeah, I bet they're sounding them due to the winds. Yeah. Somebody's saying there was a multi-vortex tornado in Bryan County. I'm not sure where Bryan County is. Which county is Bryan County? All of the tornado warnings in northeastern Texas and southeastern Oklahoma are all radar indicated. So, is Frisco getting hail? Maybe. If they're not getting hail in Sherman, then that's probably a good sign that maybe we won't get hail in Dallas. That would be a good sign if we don't have that. So, Bryan Durant County. I mean, I hope there's not a multi-vortex tornado on the ground. Maria, appreciate the follow. Yeah, look at this line just really coming together over the next hour or so. Wow. Millie, appreciate the follow. Longview, Texas. I'm trying to pull up on the side screen here if I can pull up any traffic cameras, but I don't think I can take them full. I don't think I can take them full screen. Oh, well. Plano's going to get hit probably around midnight tonight. Hey, it's SMU. Thanks, Bronx, for sharing the live. Almost at 15,000 likes. Thanks for Jules for the follow. Bronx for sharing the live. Abilene, we had storms in Abilene, but they have they did dwindle. Let's look at our storm severity product here, since the radar is a little bit behind. Yeah, so the storm that's going through Sherman right now, here it is, 81% chance of severe wind, 62% chance of hail. And this is the storm that's trying to make its way towards the Metroplex, especially towards Dallas County. The storm to the west is not as impressive. Somebody asked about Abilene. There is a storm on top of Abilene, 53% chance of wind, so pretty good shot there. Creepy green light. Thanks for sharing the live. A couple more storms. Look at that. Northwest of Abilene. Big time hail, big time wind. Let's look at the hail tracker right now. We might as well use this while we have it. Probability of 1 inch hail. Let's bring this to current. Yeah, so luckily not as impressive with the hail in Sherman and Gainesville. Bigger hail in Bowie that's going to move towards Bridgeport. Rose and Desiree, appreciate the follows. Lightning woke you up in Abilene. Yeah, the storms are definitely moving into Abilene, especially like the northeastern side of Abilene right there. Tons of severe thunderstorm warnings. The question's going to be here over the next, 20 minutes. Do we see this gap in the storms right here fill in south of Wichita Falls? It's been trying to. You take this back a couple hours. Look at that cell west near Abilene a couple hours ago. That means business. Yeah, Fort Worth's going to get hit, Addison. Fort Worth, Frisco's going to get hit. Yeah, Anna's going to get hit. Garland's going to get hit. The question is, does this continue to fill in right here? We'll see. LJ, thanks for the follow. Plano's going to get hit. Everybody in the metro, in the DFW metro, is going to get hit. Hail in Plano, hopefully not. Wind for sure in Plano. Wind for sure. Allen's going to get hit. Yeah. Anna's going to get hit in the next probably 20 minutes. Paris is going to get, not hit. Paris is likely going to get skimmed by this stuff right here on the outside. Hail definitely possible in Denton. Nahu, thanks for the follow. There's no tornado in Fort Worth right now. I don't think there's going to be tonight. Let's at least hope there's not. Look at the lightning out ahead of the main line of storms. So this is the main line of storms back here by Sherman, right? Just crossed the state line. There is lightning, 100 miles away in Garland, in University Park, in Richardson. It's crazy. The main line is so far back, and yet there's lightning already in Dallas County. Absolutely crazy. Can't believe it. Maryland hears it coming in Farmers Branch. Irving is going to get hit. Yep. Everybody in Tarrant, Dallas County, Denton County, McKinney, Collin County, everybody in here is going to get hit. Enterprises, appreciate the follow. Schrader sees lightning in Oak Cliff. How long will it be around in Farmers Branch? Hopefully not very long. As these storms continue you can actually see them start to pick up speed over the past hour or so. They were moving kind of, I don't want to say slow over Oklahoma, but now that they've started to kind of get themselves together into a line here, they started to move faster. So will it be as bad if they don't merge into a line? The wind threat would be lower if they don't merge into a line. That's correct. Yeah. Venus. I don't know where Venus. Is. Venus, Texas. Lindsay's in a camper near Tyler. I hope that camper's strong enough. Venus is south of Arlington. Venus is going to hit it probably around 1:15. What time is it hitting Farmers Branch? We are in North Dallas near Addison and Carrollton. About hour and a half. I'd say an hour and a half. I'm not going to say this right. Waxahachie? Is that... did I say that right? Waxahachie, Texas? Waxahachie, south of Dallas, about 1. I was just saying, there's just no way I could say that right. Thanks to Sunmasters for following the live. Waxahachie gets hit around 1. I didn't say it right again, but I don't know Waxahachie. Well, okay, so it's Waxahachie. Okay. So it's a long A. Got it. Waxahachie. Thank you, Ria, for the correction. Thanks, Dedza, for sharing the live. My daughter and grandson caught in the tornado in Lubbock, Texas. There were tornadoes in Lubbock earlier yesterday and Friday, but there's nothing going on. There's a couple stray storms in Lubbock, but no tornadoes in Lubbock now. Thanks for sharing the live. So let me say this one more time. I'm going to get this pronunciation right. It's Waxahachie. Waxahachie. Got it. Okay. We got 211 in here. 15,000 likes. The storm sager said it was one of the worst he's ever been in. You mean in Lubbock? The one that hit yesterday or the day before? Smith, thanks for the follow. Little Elm. Little Elm gets hit about an hour and a half. Probably an hour and a half. Yeah. How bad is Plano? Plano's going to get smacked pretty good. I think this is actually starting to speed up. Wow. Can we go back to the radar here? Yeah, so this kind of shows it to you. I'm going to take off. I'm going to go to a local radar site here. Here we go. So the storms are already in Denton. Our radar is a little bit behind. We're not receiving the feed from the National Weather Service right now. Denton is getting hit right now. Frisco is about to get hit. Can I take the alerts off? Not yet. I'll wait to take. We still have 2 tornado warnings in effect, so I'll leave them up. McKinney's about to get hit. Frisco, Little Elm's about to get hit. Denton, whoever's in Denton, let me know what you're seeing, especially Green Valley, Sanger, Pilot Point's getting hit really hard. Jacob wants to go to Windstar and Sanger right now. This line is going to move towards Dallas. I mean, if we take this back in time some, put this in play, you can see the direction this is moving, generally southeast. So McKinney's about to get smacked in the face with this, that's for sure. Denton here, North Denton to be exact. Winds high, light drizzle, sirens just ended. Okay, thank you, Gucci. Gucci Care Bear, what a name. You can do whatever you want, Jacob. I'm not going to tell you whether you want to go to the casino or not. That's a you call. There is still a gap here between the storms west of Mineral Wells and what's happening in Decatur and Denton. This would be good news for Fort Worth, for Saginaw, for Keller. If this doesn't fill in here, that lowers the severe weather, especially the hail threat and probably the wind threat too, for anybody west of Arlington. So that's good. That would be good then. Carrollton getting hit with wind. How bad is it, Jennifer? Just started raining in Arlington. Yeah, I really want to know what it's like in Denton right now. And Little Elm. Frisco. McKinney in like 5 minutes will be interesting. I wonder what it's going to be like in McKinney in like 5 minutes. McKinney not bad yet, just sirens. Denton is windy, sirens. Sanger barely raining. Yeah, Sanger's right here. Sanger's right on the edge of the rain. So Sanger is kind of on the edge. But this is kind of ahead of schedule. It's 10 o'clock there in Dallas right now, and it's only an hour away. So it's not dying out for Dallas. It's still going to pack a punch, but hopefully it's not going to pack as big of a punch as we thought it could. So that's good. Let's refresh the page here. Yeah, it still is struggling to fill in here west of Denton, around to Decatur, around to Jacksboro as well. Yeah, Maryland, today's the only day it's supposed to be severe. The severe weather threat goes down pretty considerably after today, so that's good. Jennifer, since I made you a moderator, you can pin your own comments too after you make them. How's Rockwall? How is Rockwall? That's a good question. Thanks, Hobson, for the follow. Rockwell is probably going to get pretty good here. I mean, it's east of Garland. Yeah, Rockwell's in the line of the worst stuff right now. The worst is pretty much from Denton over to Salina, Van Alstyne, Whitewright, and around towards Bonham. This is the worst right now. Places like Keller, Saginaw, even downtown Fort Worth, the stockyards aren't going to get hit that hard the way this looks right now, unless this starts to fill in with more red as opposed to just green. So, Anna, how's Plano? Plano's fine now. Plano's right here, but Plano's going to get worse. Yeah, Plano's right here. We got more storms here that are coming this way over the next 10 minutes or so. So, more storms to come. Lightning and thunder now. Where are you seeing lightning and thunder? Shaz, thanks for the follow. Williams, appreciate the follow. It's starting to get going. Sanders, you are in the Colony, right? It's starting to get going in the Colony. I just switched to the wrong radar. Oops. Farmers Branch has thunder and lightning. Right now, it looks like Dallas is going to take this worse than what Fort Worth will. That's what it looks like right now. So good news for Fort Worth. Not as good news for Dallas, but this line is likely going to strengthen as it moves into Dallas, into the Metroplex over the next hour or so. AT&T Stadium flew into the clouds, according to Vitamin D. Yeah, I mean, considering how Jerry Jones doesn't care about spending money on the players, it is not a big loss at all. So they flew away like their playoff chances this year. Sorry, that was probably mean. Anyways, Rosalba, thanks for the follow. I'm sorry if I made the Cowboys fans mad, but oh man, Jerry. How's East Dallas? East Dallas, like Mesquite, Garland's going to take it probably the hardest out of anybody in Dallas right now. So McKinney, let me know how McKinney is in about 5 to 10 minutes. Because if you're in downtown McKinney, there's downtown McKinney right there. You're right on the edge of the storms. Press says roof is gone in Anna. How is Torrance? Thanks for the follow. How is West Dallas? West Dallas is fine. You're about an hour away from the storms. Plano, you're about a half hour away from the storms. Rhonda, thanks for the follow. Flower Mound, you're about 15 minutes away from the storms. Houston, no problems at all. Is Garland going to get the worst? Potentially. Probably not. The worst is whatever McKinney gets is going to be kind of what Garland gets. So whatever we see comes out of McKinney is probably going to see what we have happen in Garland. So is Fort Worth cooked? Fort Worth is probably going to fare the best out of everybody in the Metroplex right now. Wichita Falls is good tonight. All good. No tornadoes in Wichita Falls. Wind got intense in Allen. Okay. Very interesting. Plano going to have tornadoes? I don't think so. I hope not. They better not. Paris, Texas. Paris is going to get hit in the next hour. How is Grapevine? Grapevine is fine. Their playoff chances have gone by the... I need to stop with the Cowboys jokes. Sorry. Grapevine is fine, but some storms going to move in the next half hour to Grapevine. Carrollton is going to get hit, pretty good here in the next 15 minutes or so. Yeah. No hail in Fort Worth. Right now, it looks like no hail in Fort Worth. No. which is good news. Timeline downtown Dallas, we'll call it an hour between 11 and 11:30 for downtown Dallas. The worst of it right now is going through McKinney. I really want to know what somebody is seeing in McKinney. Make fun of the Cowboys all you want, go Bills. I'm a Bengals fan, so to each their own. What's happening in McKinney is going to be a good kind of example to see what happens throughout the rest of Dallas. So we'll see. Joe Burrow's go to, there we go, LSU, Zach. There we go. What about Plano? Plano's going to get it in 10 to 15 minutes. Whatever McKinney gets is going to be whatever Plano gets. Texas Gal is in her closet in McKinney. It's pretty bad right now in McKinney, according to Xtina. North Fort Worth. Fort Worth is fine right now. We do have some more stuff filling in here west of Denton. We'll have to see what happens here in Decatur. I doubt there's hail in Carrollton unless somebody sees hail in Carrollton. Our Flash AI product has a 74% chance of severe wind with what's going into McKinney and a 62% chance of hail. So that gives us a bit of context there. Weatherford is probably going to be good. I mean, it depends what happens with this stuff to the west. Weatherford could get out okay. Could. I don't want to jinx it. Thanks for sharing the live. Appreciate that, guys. 17,000 likes. Could get to 20. Wind is really strong in McKinney. Yeah, McKinney is going through it right now. There's McKinney going through the absolute heart of it right now. How do I get rid of these? Oh, here we go. Yeah, there we go. We don't need those warnings that strong at all. That's much better. Okay, that's much better. Dallas Love Field area going to get hit pretty good. Dallas Love Field is going to get harder than DFW. Let's put it that way. That's the way it looks like right now. Trying to take this back in time here. Yeah, McKinney. Fort Worth, not bad, Will. Fort Worth is not looking that bad right now. So that's good. Appreciate you guys sharing the live. We'll reach Lafayette, Louisiana. Not to this degree. No, not that bad. Denton, whatever you're seeing in Denton right now is probably going to be as bad as it's going to be. So that's, if it's not that bad in Denton now, it's not going to be that bad overall. Coming down in sheets, according to C. Sanders, and that's in the Colony. Bri says, my roof is in the, I hope you're kidding. Your roof is in the process of ripping off. Denton is not bad at all right now. That's good. Yeah, how are we doing in McKinney? That's what I want to know. Thunder shaking the house in Allen. Plano going to have thunderstorms. Yeah, Plano, you're about 10 minutes out from seeing the worst of it. Appreciate the follows, Omega and Marina. East Dallas, you're about 45 minutes out from getting hit in East Dallas. North Denton, strong winds, rain heavy. Okay. Thank you, Steph, for the follows. Shelter in place. Phone alert went off in McKinney. Wow, okay. Is there an airport in McKinney? Does anybody know? I mean, there's DFW, there's Love Field, but is there an airport in McKinney? McKinney National Airport. Okay, yeah, there is. Yeah, there is a regional one. I'm trying to see if they have like observations of like what the wind speeds are right now. Let's see here. What if we do this? Bring this over here. Raining hard in Allen and McKinney, very loud. Heard the sirens 30 minutes ago. We still have power. Okay, if you still have power, that's good. If you still have power, hopefully that means good things for the rest of the Metroplex, because that could be as bad as it's going to be in McKinney. McKinney Airport. Thanks for sharing the live. I'm looking up something right now. Give me a second, guys. McKinney Airport. We haven't had observations in 10 minutes. So either this is delayed or the airport observing site went out. Stay tuned. Last report was north wind at 8. Light rain. It's not light raining in McKinney right now. Appreciate the follow. Fed and Dulces for sharing the live. Hoping and praying because whatever's hitting McKinney will see me in 5 minutes. Yeah, I mean, that's how it's going right now. Let's refresh the page here. This is overall pretty good news for Fort Worth, I will say. Anybody west of Arlington, we just have a bunch of green, like Springtown. Everybody knows everybody in Springtown, Bridgeport, Briar, Jacksboro. It's really not that bad. Any tornado updates? No. We do have a new severe thunderstorm warning. Let me pull that up here. Let me pull up the severe thunderstorm warning, see what the Weather Service is saying about the warning. Come on. Yeah, this is the thing again with the National Weather Service. There's the warning finally popping up. It's trying to pop up. Amita, Torridon, thanks for the follows. I'm just going to read it off my screen here in terms of what they're saying for the warning. 65 mile per hour wind gusts, 3/4 inch hail. So luckily there's not much hail threat with this. Anybody in McKinney, I don't think you're going to see that much hail. Or if you're in Plano, if you're in Garland, luckily the hail threat has gone down. Winds to 65. Harry says sunny and 95 in Plano. I mean, if it's sunny and 95, then maybe you're in Hawaii. But thunder and lightning in Paris. Okay, so it's hitting Paris. Tyler, it's still a couple hours away from Tyler, and Athens, still a couple hours away. Arlington, about an hour away, if that. I'd say it's about an hour from Arlington. Let's see here. What time is it? 11:20 East, 10:20 Central. Let's go back to our AI product. I think we might have an update here. Yeah, these numbers are going down. That's good. So it's just a 65% chance of severe wind, just a 62% chance of hail. That wind number, when it was up in Sherman, the wind number was up near 80-90%. So, honestly, a bit of a weakening trend happening here over the past, 5 to 10 minutes, which is good. So appreciate the follow. Far away Heen. It was windy. Updates for Carrollton. I mean, pretty much the same thing as what we've been expecting, but maybe not as high in terms of the wind, not as high of a wind threat. That would be good. Back to the radar here. Actually, I think we can go to this radar. We might be finally getting it. So, yeah, I mean, you can see this means business here in McKinney, Frisco, Little Elm, but what's heading towards Fort Worth, it's trying to pick back up there. See what's happening in Denton County. Some of these are starting to pick back up. The storms are trying, but they're kind of failing. Tons of lightning. I mean, hundreds and hundreds of strikes. I wish I could count how many were on here. This tornado warning is still in effect, but I think that's going to expire at 11:30. Yeah, or 10:30 Central Time. Any tornadoes? No tornadoes. South Dallas, it's coming for you, Zoe, in the next hour and a half or so. Haiti, BB, thanks for the follows. Any hail? Luckily, no. If anything, the hail threat looks like it's been decreasing. No hail for Fort Worth right now, Daniela. Yeah, nothing happening in Fort Worth right now. It's going to pick up a little bit in an hour and 15. But considering where we thought we could have been, not that bad in terms of hail threat. So anybody, yeah, what's the status in McKinney? Who's in McKinney? What did you see? Do you have power? Any tree damage? What have you seen in McKinney? I've seen a lot of Waxahachie requests. Waxahachie, it's coming in the next couple of hours. Probably around midnight, I would say, for Waxahachie. Farmers Branch, half hour, 40 minutes. That's what it looks like right now, Daniela. Yeah, it won't be that bad. Yeah. If this is hopefully helping you guys out, hopefully you like the live, share the live, give us a follow if you like it. We're just trying to give you the most up-to-date information because we know how weather is. It changes like that, and we're trying to see what's going to happen here. Frisco pouring down, crazy winds. Okay. Small hail in Waxahachie. That's about it. Yeah, heading towards Waco, but it should be weakening. Okay. Ria's got power in McKinney. That's good. Wind threat in Arlington. Yeah, there's a wind. That's the main threat with these. Wind threat. Yeah, you got it, Yorker. We try. Good. All right, back to this radar. Yeah, here's the warning. The severe thunderstorm warning finally popped up. So this includes downtown Dallas, includes Arlington, Irving, Garland, Mesquite, Rockwall, Terrell. It's Terrell, right? Or is it Terrell Owen? You know what I mean. Forney, University Park, basically all downtown Dallas. Lightning in Abilene's crazy. Yeah, we got lightning everywhere. Abilene's actually about to hit smacked in the face pretty good here. This cell could have hail in Abilene. I don't want to take too much time away from the Metroplex, but Abilene, oh yeah, 90% hail, 95% wind. If you know folks in Abilene, it's going to get bad in Abilene very soon, if not already happening. So it's worse in Abilene than it is in Dallas and in Fort Worth right now. It looks like eastern parts of the metro, Dallas, basically Dallas County, is going to get hit worse than what Tarrant County, Fort Worth will get hit. So that's the latest. There's one tornado warning still in effect. I think they're just letting it ride until 10:30. They're not going to cancel this 5 minutes early. I don't think there's a tornado on the ground. So that would mean there's no active tornado warnings across Texas, which is good. McKinney has loud thunderstorms. It literally shakes the house, but we still have power. Okay, that's good. Fred, appreciate the follow. Daniela grew up in Arlington, Texas, and never heard a storm as bad as this. Wow. That's saying something. Yeah, thank you, Jennifer. We're just trying to get it out there. Downtown Dallas starting to get some loud thunder and lightning. Yeah, it's getting close. It's probably about a half hour away from Dallas. Sweet Lex just moved last month from Arizona. I bet you never experienced something like this in Arizona. That's for sure. I bet you. I mean, Arizona's great. But I bet you have nothing like this in Arizona. Any update for Denton? You're through the worst of it in Denton. You're through the worst of it in Denton. If you're in Fort Worth is not going to be that bad. And hey, we'll take it. There's not even a severe thunderstorm warning for Fort Worth right now. Weatherford, it's not going to be that bad either. I don't think. I think the worst should miss Weatherford just to the west. Should. Addison, please. Yeah, hold on. I got you. Look, I want to see. Okay, McKinney gusted to 53 miles per hour. That was just in here. McKinney, I'll show this to you. McKinney, there it is. McKinney gusted to 53. So that's legit, but it's not crazy, right? I mean, that's severe thunderstorm criteria is 60. So it's not a light breeze. It's not a light gust, but it's not 80, 100 miles per hour. So far north Dallas, Plano, you're about to get hit right now. Fort Worth escape poundage. You're not wrong. Not wrong. Anything on Plano, you're about to get it right now. About to get 50, 60 mile per hour winds. Grapevine, same story. You're about to get the same thing. Carrollton, Richardson, Garland, Murphy, Plano, Flower Mound, Louisville, Grapevine, South Lake, even Keller. Justin, you're getting it right now. Euless, Irvine. Everybody's going to get 50 to 60 mile per hour winds and maybe higher. I think this is the atmosphere is so ripe, so much heat, so much humidity. It's still like mid 80s in Dallas. There's a lot of energy for the atmosphere to work with. So how fast is this going through? About 40 miles an hour, I think, is the Speed. Moving south. No tornadoes for Plano. Nope, no tornadoes. No tornadoes, thankfully, which is good news. So I'm surprised McKinney only gusted to 53 miles an hour. I mean, we'll take it. 53 miles per hour is not bad. Can we drive? Depends what to and from where. Details on what Fort Worth can expect: heavy rain and some gusty winds. That's what That's what you can expect right now. Yeah, this is the worst, Hannah. If you're in DFW, the worst is for the next hour, hour and a half. Daniela, hour and a half if you're in the Fort Worth or DFW area. Anna, appreciate the follow. Will Denton have tornado? No. Denton, the worst is just about over in Denton. Bad lightning southwest Fort Worth. So, I mean, there's tons of lightning just because we don't, we may not have 60, 70 mile per hour winds in Fort Worth. Doesn't mean we're not going to have a ton of lightning. Just started pouring in Flower Mound. How about Houston? Some showers and storms tomorrow morning in Houston, but nothing too crazy. I'm in DFW. Should I wait it out or drive? If you can wait, I'd wait. If you can. If you're in okay, let me put it this way. If you're in Fort Worth and you're going south, you can go. But if you're going like Dallas up towards McKinney, wait. South Arlington, you're about 45 minutes away. Plano, thunder and lightning. It's not raining in Dallas yet. Still about 40 minutes away. Will it get worse in McKinney? No, the worst just passed you. No. Princeton, what to expect in Princeton? Princeton, the worst. I mean, what you're seeing right now is probably the worst in Princeton. You're going, once you get through what you got now, you're done. Plano is about to face the worst. Yep. North Fort Worth is about to get a little worse, but it doesn't look like it's going to get that bad in Fort Worth. Let's put it that way. I want to go back to the AI product here and see what we got for wind and hail. Wow, that's a huge drop. The Frisco Denton storm, only a 36% chance of wind, 9% chance of hail. A little bit better chance of hail for Princeton, for McKinney, for Farmersville, moving towards Wiley, moving towards Levon, moving towards Rockwall. Better chance of hail, but these wind numbers have dropped big time. 36% wind, 33% wind on the east storm. So that's good. My computer is feeling the effects of the wind right now, though. Computer's definitely feeling it. Winds in Plano, can you check? Yeah, that's a good point. Let me check Plano. Let me check Plano. I like that. Tornado siren back in Addison. Hail in Plano. Maybe some small hail, but we're not going to get crazy hail. There's not an airport in Plano, so I can't check the winds. Crowley. Let's look at Crowley. We can look at Crowley. Oh, yeah, Crowley south of Fort Worth. I mean, it's not going to be that bad. We got to watch. What's this little cell doing here? What are you doing, sir? You're not trying to become a tornado, are you? No, I mean, it's probably not. Fort Worth is going to get out of this actually relatively unscathed. It's pretty crazy. I mean, you'll get wind, gusty winds. You'll get some heavy rain and a bunch of lightning. But that's about it. So Fort Worth getting out pretty unscathed. But Dallas is still going to get slapped in the face a little bit. Plano, Texas, bad or whatever you're seeing in Plano right now is as bad as it's going to get right now. That's as bad as it's going to get. Really picking up in Louisville. Is it heading to College Station? Yeah, overnight, Veronica, it is. It won't be quite as strong as it is now, but storm's definitely coming your way overnight. Anna, thank you for the gift. Appreciate that. Far north Dallas, SMU area. Like University Park. Yeah, it's coming in the next 15 minutes or so. Yeah, if I'm in Fort Worth, I'm not going to go out and, play in the yard. But considering how bad it looked like it could have been a lot worse. Worst time for the Colony right now? Yeah, it is. The Colony is getting it the worst right now. What are you seeing there? Flower Mound, you're probably seeing the worst of it right now in Flower Mound. Rockwall, where's Rockwall here? I just had it. About 10 minutes, 5-10 minutes from Rockwall. Emily, should I get in a shelter? Where are you, Emily? Tornado sirens in Benbrook, thundering in Denton really bad. Is it heading to Houston? It's heading towards Houston overnight, but it's going to weaken some. So, no, you don't need to shelter in Plano. No, I mean there's tons of thunder, tons of lightning. It's going to be noisy, but there's no tornado threat. There's no. I'm looking at some of the analytical stuff here off screen, and I got to be honest, this storm does not look that crazy in terms of wind. So that's good. I think that's why our in-house AI product here has a decidedly dropped chance in like just a 33% chance of severe wind now with what's going through Princeton, McKinney. How about Frisco? 36. It's not high. That's good. Hey, we don't want damage. We don't want power outages. We don't want anything like that. Uptown Dallas, it's going to be noisy. It's going to be loud. You're not going to go to sleep for the next hour and a half. But if you want to be sheltering, absolutely. Lowest level of your home or business. Put as many walls as you can between you and the outside. That's the number one thing. When I worked in TV, emergency managers would say, hey, the number one injury we see from people in tornadoes, severe weather, whatever, is glass being blown in, shattered glass getting thrown in the house, and people getting, cut, and who knows what else. So, alarm going off in Paris, Texas, Abilene. Yeah, let's go back to Abilene because that storm looked legit over Abilene, and it looks like it still does. Big time hail. The worst just moved through Abilene. Minutes ago in the past couple of minutes. So I think we're lagging. We good? How we doing? All right, we're back. The worst just moved through Abilene, so that's good. The threat will go down for Abilene over the next 5 minutes or so. So the worst out of Abilene. You're cooked in Dallas. I mean, you're kind of cooked. Veronica, appreciate the rose. Thank you. Is Denton, Texas going to have a tornado? No tornado in Denton. No tornado in Plano. No tornado in DFW as a whole. Just some strong winds, tons of lightning, and I mean a ton of lightning. Let's look at the lightning tracker here. This might be what's crashing the computer. It's all of these lightning strikes. How many lightning strikes were in McKinney? Why isn't McKinney showing up on the map? Only 153 strikes in McKinney. 104 near Prosper. 110 in Frisco. 159 in Denton. Tons of lightning. I mean, Frank, you're not really wrong. The storm's weak, especially in Fort Worth. Fort Worth is getting a whole lot of nothing. There's not even a severe thunderstorm warning in Fort Worth right now. So, Veronica, thanks for the follow. We tried to drive. The rain and wind was bad. I'm not surprised there. Paris, Texas. Somebody said Paris was getting hit pretty good. Is that still the case? Yeah, there's Paris. Still getting hit. There's a severe thunderstorm warning. Got lots of wind. But that's about it. So nothing too bad. Very little wind or rain in Grapevine, but lightning, yes. Yeah, tons of lightning. Grapevine. There it is right there. It's about to pick up in Grapevine. It is, but it's not too bad right now in terms of wind. So what time should the lightning go down in Denton? I'm scared of lightning. You are leaving, if you will, the heaviest rain, the strongest wind, but this thing keeps switching radars. The lightning, okay, I can tell you. Let's see. Let's go to our AI first strike predictions here for Denton. It's going to be a while. Man, it's going to be a while. It's going to be at least an hour, maybe hour and a half. Kevin, appreciate the follow. Any tornado chance in Denton? No tornado chance in Denton. No tornado chance in DFW at all, which is good news there. No sirens yet in Plano, Dallas. Lots of rain and lightning. Wind isn't too bad. St. Matthews, appreciate the follow. Thank you, Note Becca, for the follow. Richardson, heavy winds. Yeah, I could see that. We could see trees knocked down, Max. We could. I'm not too confident in that, which is good. Now we got the follows really coming in right now. Appreciate you guys all being here. We're just trying to get through a noisy night in the Metroplex. We got 300 plus of us in here, 21,000 likes. Just trying to keep everybody informed in what's a light show. I mean, it's like a fireworks show in Dallas right now. So Fort Worth, Alexis, not bad. I mean, Fort Worth is really going to get out of this mostly unscathed. So really good news for Fort Worth. Plano lightning strikes count? Let's look. Let's look at Plano. $29 in Plano. But that number is going to go up, I bet, because the worst is just now getting into Plano right now. There's Plano. 29 for now, more to come. Anything for Kilgore? Anything for Kilgore? Oh, that's out by Longview. What do we got in Kilgore? Yeah, these storms are going to move your way towards Kilgore tonight. Wind, maybe some hail, but wind will be the main threat in Kilgore. Yeah. Design, appreciate you sharing the live. Shaking in my boots. Any hail predictions? Yeah, let's talk about hail. Let's see what we have for our latest hail product here. There's the hail product. There we go. There we go. Let's go to the hail product here. Not much hail at all. I mean, this is a little bit time lag. It's about 20 minutes ago. But, I mean, North McKinney, Denton, half-inch diameter hail. So the hail is really not a big threat. It was a bigger threat out by Abilene. Abilene probably got... Hopefully they didn't get golf ball size hail. Hopefully they didn't. Let's really hope we didn't have golf ball size hail in Abilene. So, zoom in Farmers Branch. Sure. Farmers Branch. Where is it? There it is right there, yeah. I can't go any further than this. The worst is moving to Farmers Branch like right now. Let me refresh the page here. Thanks, Jamie, for sharing the live. Farmers Branch. Yeah, you're getting the worst of it in Farmers Branch right now. Irving, Texas, the worst. I mean, since the worst is in Farmers Branch right now, it's about to move into Irving. But it's not that bad, all things considered, there. So, let's see what we got here. How is Grand Prairie, Texas going to look? Monica, thanks for the follow. Appreciate that. Grand Prairie, right in between. I guess you're what, just east of Arlington? Yeah, right here. I mean, everything that's in Flower Mound, Grapevine's going to move our way. Plano wind speed. I'm going to try to find gusting to 32 miles per hour. It's gusting to 32 in Plano right now. I feel like it'd be higher than that, but this flashweather.ai. Look at this guy's got like his own website. This is pretty cool. He's got his wind. This is like a live update. It's pretty cool. I want to have a site like that one day. Is C. Sanders still in here? Do we have any update on the colony? Is it over in the colony? Mesquite. It's coming to Mesquite. Probably a half hour out from Mesquite, if that. Serge, you made it? Good to hear you made it. Good stuff. Tyler Van update if you can. Yeah, Tyler's going to get hit later tonight. Let's go back to our flashcast here. Let's see. So this is an interesting development. Fort Worth is not getting hit at all right now, right? It's mostly Dallas. That's what Flashcast has, right? We can see Dallas is getting hit, Garland, Plano, Fort Worth has nothing. But watch what happens here after midnight. Boom. It quickly fills in Fort Worth by 1 a.m. So this is not, this is not a sprint. We could be in for a bit of a marathon this evening, especially in Tarrant County. And the rain continues. We might have, to concern ourselves with flooding. Places like Plano, Garland, Frisco, what we saw now, it's probably done. But since Fort Worth hasn't really gotten hit yet, the atmosphere still has some juice to work with there. So we'll see. Somebody asked about Tyler, Texas. Yeah, Tyler's going to get hit later, probably around 2 a.m. in Tyler. Tyler, Kilgore, Longview, White House, Lindale, Eastern Texas, etc. So that's where we're at. Let's go. Priscilla, appreciate the follow. Princeton is done. Yeah, Princeton's done with the worst. Almost done. Almost. It could wake you up, Maddie. I'm sorry. We could be in for a bit of a loud night. Yeah. I hope not. Can I talk about Sash, Texas? I don't know how to pronounce that. Sash, I don't know how to. It's a suburb of Dallas near Murphy and Garland. Where is it on here? Too many lightning strikes. There it is, right there. Pronounced Saxy? Okay, good to know. Yeah, Saxy's about to get hit. Thanks for the pronunciation. Saxy's about to get hit. It's on your doorstep right now if it's not already happening. Somebody said Farmers Branch. Farmers Branch is getting hit right now as well. There it is right here. We're back on our flash radar after the NWS is finally giving us more timely data. I wanted to see our AI product. I mean, this is crazy to me. Look at this. Just a 33% chance of wind. That's it. Severe wind. 0% chance tornado. No tornado threat at all. Zero. Zip, zilch, nada. 32% of hail. Good. I don't know what else to say other than good. Good. I don't want hail. I don't want wind. I don't want tornadoes. This is not a forward-looking parameter. This is a current time parameter as of 11:44 Eastern time, so 2 minutes ago. But, it gives us an idea. Some wind in Farmers Branch, rain and some thunder, not crazy. Yeah, I mean, that's what we're seeing here with the product, with the Storm Severity AI product. It's not crazy. Jose in Frisco, appreciate the follows. But Fate and Rockwall. Rockwall and Fate are about to get hit, if they're not already. I think they're about to get hit, like, right now. I'm gonna need some more water here in a second. I'm looking at this product now. I mean, there's so much lightning with this. There's no way anybody is sleeping in like the east side of Dallas tonight. It's nuts. Need to turn some of these layers off. There we go. Power is out in Farmers Branch, according to Manlet. We have power in Farmers Branch for now. Thanks for the roses, Grayson. You're very kind. I appreciate that. Very much appreciate that. Let's go over here. Arlington, yeah, coming to Arlington about half hour? Nah, 20 minutes. Carrollton has power right now. Wind is picking up. Rain is picking up in southwest Fort Worth. Heavy rain in Dallas right now. Sorry, just tuning in Denton. The worst is over. The worst is almost over in Denton. Who asked that? I gotta scroll up. Glenn Watson. Yeah, Glenn, the worst is over in Denton. How long till it's over in Rockwell? Fate? Probably 20 minutes, 15 to 20, if I had to guess. Fort Worth got some strong air right now. Okay, so lots of wind, at least, in Fort Worth. What's the wind in Dallas? That's a good question. Let me go to... let's go... Where did that... Oh, here we go. What do you? What should we look at? DFW? Should we look at Love Field? What do we want to look at? What airport do we want to look at here? DFW, as of... Well, they don't report every 5 minutes. That's bizarre. As of 10:04, it only gusted to 12 miles an hour. Let's look at Love. I think Love might actually be higher anyways. The winds at Love are east at 3 miles an hour. Whoa, big storms. Whoa. I mean, somebody has their power out. So, I mean, this is legit for somebody. Murphy, Texas. Let's go to Murphy, Texas. No tornadoes, Emily. No tornadoes. The wind is creaking, so I was worried. It's approaching Stephenville. I hear the rumbling. Yeah, you got it, man. Murphy, whatever you got right now is it's the worst right now. The green screen is off center here. There we go. Wiley. Let's go to Wiley. Wiley. Whatever you got right now is probably as bad as it's going to get. Forney, Texas. Forney. Oh yeah, I guess since you're east, it hasn't gotten there yet. It'll be there soon. It'll be in Forney soon. Yeah. I see it now. Golf swing, thanks. Be about 15, 20 minutes out. Let's refresh this. It's trying to pick back up here near Fort Worth. I mean, if somebody's in Fort Worth, are you seeing stronger winds? Are you seeing more lightning? There's no large hail, Michelle. Right now it's all wind, and we've been using our AI storm severity product here, and even the wind probabilities have been going down over the past 30 to 40 minutes. Ever since the storm left, like Sherman, it's been weakening somewhat substantially. So I'm trying to get this thing to load. Okay, here goes the radar. This is the live radar. So we've got big warning, but they're only saying 65 mile per hour wind gusts and penny-sized hail in Dallas. This is for Rockwell County, Hunt County, Tarrant County, Dallas County, Kaufman County. And this goes until 11:30, so it goes for another 37 minutes. It's trying to fill back in near Fort Worth. You see that now. So it's starting to fill in. Watch that right there near Fort Worth. The question is, does that trend continue? I don't know. We'll see. $22,000 likes. Can we get to 25? We're probably going to call it here in about the next 20 to 30 minutes, especially since we don't have a tornado threat and the winds are even coming in a little lower. 65, here we go. Near Louisville, 65 mile per hour wind gust. In Denton, what's the wind gust in Denton? 63 mile per hour wind gust. Wow. Michael, thanks for the follow. Emory, let's look at Emory, Texas. Emory, Texas. Oh, that's due east. That's out by, that's like kind of between Tyler and Dallas. It's like out here. Yeah, there it is right there. You got storms coming your way. Emory is going to get hit in the next half hour to 40 minutes probably. Thunder getting louder here in Fort Worth, Tarrant. Okay. Lash Girl, appreciate the follow. Thank you. Denton. How about Denton? Look at all this lightning. This is crazy. It is definitely starting to pick up and fill in back here in Tarrant County. So we'll keep a close eye on that. Carrollton. Is anybody in downtown Dallas and seeing anything in downtown Dallas? I'm kind of assuming not. But extremely heavy rain in Grapevine. Okay. Heavy rain in Grapevine. McKinney, the worst is over in McKinney. Let's go back. We got to have an update on our storm severity here. Okay, so this has come up a little bit. The cell in Carrollton now with about a 50-50 shot of severe wind. No hail threat, just 7%, 1% tornadoes, so pretty much nothing there. And then further to the east, too much lightning. Too much lightning for the computer. Further to the east, 27% wind, 21% hail. So the lightning has attacked our computer at this point, but no, it hasn't. But let's see. Winds picking up in Addison. When will the worst be done in Fort Worth? You probably got another hour in Fort Worth, half hour to 40 minutes at least in Fort Worth. Garland, the worst is, I think it's on top of you right now. Where's Garland on the map? Isn't it right? Yeah, it's right here. I was going to say, isn't it right there? It's about to get worse in Garland before it gets better, I would say. Is the worst done in Denton? It is, yeah. Getting bad in Dallas. Getting bad in Dallas. Stephenville, when will the worst be over? I forget where Stephenville is. Where is, you mind helping me out where Stephenville is? Weatherford, you're getting the worst of it right about now. It'll be pretty bad in Weatherford the next 40 minutes or so. Oh, it's south. Stephenville is like south, isn't it? Like Yeah, isn't it like south of? Yeah, it's right here. Okay, yeah. Stephenville, the worst coming to you over the next probably half hour, 45 minutes. Yeah, thanks, by Granbury. Yeah, it's just further away. What about Burleson? Burleson. Should I keep the lightning? Should I keep all these lightning bolts on, or are they distracting? Should I take them off? I can't really decide what I want to do with them, to be honest. Sulphur Springs tornado sirens just started going off. Burleson, worse still to come there, but it shouldn't be that bad in Burleson. Crescent. How about Crescent? Thanks, Edgar, for sharing the live. Crescent, yeah, kind of same story with, Granbury. Crescent's right there on the county line. Crescent, Rutherford, there's still more to come over the next hour or so. Yeah, we're approaching 11 o'clock Central Time. That's midnight on the East, 11 in DFW. That's where we're tracking this pretty substantial severe weather risk today, but luckily nothing has super materialized. Let's put it that way. This flash storm severity product updates every 2 minutes. Still has a 50-50 shot of severe wind here in places like Grapevine, South Lake, Keller, Westlake, up towards Trophy Club. The Garland cell has a little bit of a better chance. 44. Well, actually, that just changed. So there's the live update. 44% chance of wind and no hail. So that's really good. Not much hail coming with these at all as they move through the Metroplex. But Dallas, downtown Dallas, is about to take it on the chin. There's no doubt about that. Duncanville, Cedar Hill, DeSoto, Balch Springs, Grand Prairie, Arlington. There's still more to come for you folks over the next hour or so. 24,000 likes. Let's get this to 25,000. I'm probably going to call. It's been a long day for me. Had to work early this morning at 4:30 here on the East, so wanted to be up late with you guys. Any other questions before we hop off? Let me know. Anything we can try to make you help you sleep easier tonight, even though with all the thunder and lightning. Rockwell and Fate, how much longer? Probably about 45 minutes or so. Weatherford severe weather alert. Yeah. Bubble, thanks for the follow. Carrollton, it's slowly winding down for you in Carrollton, but still got a little bit longer to go there in Carrollton. Guys, I'll tell you what, this has been an awesome little first stream tonight. I think hopefully we made the Sunday severe weather night a little bit easier. Lash Girl, I appreciate the rose. Thank you so much. Chicago, is it raining in Chicago right now? I didn't even think about it. No, it's not raining in Chicago. Somebody said Chicago. I don't know if there's a Chicago, Texas, or they meant Chicago, Illinois. Wilmer, Monica wants to know about Wilmer. Wilmer, I'll get you with Wilmer. Yeah, still more to come there, obviously. South side of Dallas, the worst is still to your north. I mean, it's coming down pretty good in Irving, University Park, Plano, South Lake, Grand Prairie. All of this is going to push south towards Wilmer over the next, 20, 30 minutes. Wind speed for Fort Worth right now, probably in the 40 to 50 mile per hour range. Dallas Love Field just gusted to 43 miles per hour, by the way. DFW gusted to 68. Oh, boy. Okay. Dallas-Fort Worth just gusted to 68 miles per hour. Let's show you this. Wow. Weather conditions for Dallas Love Field, 52 sustained, 68 mile per hour gust. Wow. All right, so these storms are clearly still packing a punch. Yeah, the threat is not over. The winds in Plano are a lot lower than DFW, I can tell you that. Because the worst is now moved out of Plano. And you think about where DFW is, it's right here? I mean, that's where the worst of you got lightning all over the place, and you've got the orange and the red right there as well. So, yeah, I'm not surprised. I'm in Sherman. It was nuts outside, I'm sure, Legion. I mean, given what we're seeing now in DFW, after a brief lull, if you will, things have perked back up. So, luckily, not much of a tornado threat. All these are moving south. We'll zoom this out so we can show you where this is all moving. You can see this is now merged into a line. We thought this would happen here, and we'll take this in motion. You can see where this is moving. Generally off to the south, with these two storms starting to merge together. And again, all of this now pushing it south. So, it is coming for Waco eventually. There's Waco. You're in a severe thunderstorm watch. This watch goes until, 4 a.m. So this is an overnight threat. Hopefully you can get some sleep. Overnight live haul driver. You mean long haul or live haul? Springdale, Arkansas to Springfield, Missouri. Not so awesome later, correct. Where's Springdale, Arkansas? Oh, that's up by Fayetteville. To Springfield, Missouri. No, I mean, it's dry now. I mean, there's Springfield, Missouri. There's Springdale, Arkansas. You're probably fine. I mean, the way it is now. So, what is that? Probably a 2-hour trip, maybe even less. If you went now, you could probably do it. But, all right, gosh, live all is correct. Okay, dry now, but thought see some nastiness around 3-ish. Let's go to Flashcast. You might be right. Not much. Maybe just some spotty showers. If you want to wait till the morning, I mean, it's going to be dry in the morning. So if you want to wait, I mean, nothing wrong with that. But, yeah, I can't believe DFW gusted to 68 miles per hour. That's crazy. Shreveport, hello to Bonnie in Shreveport. Yeah, we can do a quick Shreveport report. It hits Shreveport right around 3 a.m. in Shreveport. So you still got the worst to come in Shreveport. You got it. Alrighty, guys. Thanks for joining us tonight. We've been live almost 4 hours, 10 minutes. Almost got to 25,000 likes. Hopefully we helped you out tonight. These storms are going to continue moving off to the south. Dane Ice asking about Austin. It's going to hit Austin overnight tonight. Not as strong. New Orleans, no, it's not a threat for New Orleans, so that's good. But what you're seeing in Dallas is going to stick around in Dallas for the next hour. It's raining and storming really hard in Dallas. There's no doubt about that. Yeah, so Fort Worth it's storming pretty good as well. Wiley, probably another half hour of the worst. No hail in Wiley, so that's good. But Denton, the worst is over. Just some rain for the next couple of hours, and then that's about it for the rest of the night. What areas in Dallas specifically? Like in Dallas County, like northern suburbs, the worst is over. McKinney, Allen, the Colony, anything north of Carrollton, the worst is over. So hail in Fort Worth. Okay, how big a hail is in Fort Worth then? Stratford Small says Dallas is getting pounded. Good evening, Stratford Small. Thanks for joining the live stream, Stratford. Stratford, where are you in Dallas, if you don't mind me asking? You're in downtown? Yeah, downtown's getting cooked right now. Oh, that was a question. If you're going to get hail? No, you're not going to get hail. It's just wind. I mean, I showed this earlier about 5 minutes ago, but Dallas-Fort Worth Airport, yes, you can't really see that. Dallas-Fort Worth Airport gusted to 68 miles per hour. Yeah. So, I mean, this storm means business. Luckily, no hail. Luckily, no tornadoes. But I'll tell you what, it's doing a number with just a straight line wind. We have to watch what's going on. further to the west here. There's a little bit of a hook echo forming with this cell south of Weatherford. Is this going to try to go tornadic? It says it's not. I hope not. But I mean, it's storming and raining really hard. Weatherford is getting smacked right now, Orlando. And if it's not happening now, you're about to get smacked around. What did the wind get to in McKinney? I think it got to 56, I saw, Legion. I think the McKinney Airport gusted to 56, I believe. Burleson, we'll answer Burleson real quick. Wind at Dallas, the DFW airport gusted to 68 miles per hour. That's been the gust so far. Burleson, I bet gust to 50 to 60. I think Burleson's going to get smacked around pretty good as well. There's still more to come for Burleson. Nothing crazy in Frisco. Well, that's good. Considering it gusted almost 70 miles per hour at DFW, I think we'll take a nothing burger. Alrighty. I think that's going to be it for us tonight, folks. Over 4 hours. Thanks to everybody for joining us. And hopefully you don't have to do it again soon. I'll tell you what. This has been enough severe weather for a stretch for Texas. But severe weather continues tonight across North and Central Texas. This line is going to push off to the south throughout the evening hours. And... man, there's the line just punching together right there. Wow. One more look at Flashcast, the future radar for tonight. It's got a good idea of what's going on now. Really converges into a line south of Dallas. And then it stays together in Waco towards Killeen, through Tyler, and then all the way down to Bryan and Austin. I mean, close to Houston. Houston's going to get a decent wake-up call tomorrow morning. Yeah, Emily, I'm gonna head to bed. I think it's been a long day for me. So you're in Salina. Can I stop panicking and go to bed? Yeah, Elizabeth, you're good. You're good. All right, guys, thanks for being here tonight. Hopefully we helped you out, and luckily no damage, crazy damage reports yet. And hopefully, well, right as I say this, they just issued a tornado warning for like the southwestern part of Fort Worth. That's crazy. Yeah, there's tornado sirens now in southwestern Fort Worth. They warned this for like Benbrook and Crowley. Usually with these cells, they don't stay tornadic for very long. But I'm not too worried about that cell. So, all right. Thanks so much, guys. We appreciate it. Hopefully we helped you out tonight, and we'll see you again soon, but not too soon.